Hey guys, what is up? Hey, welcome to that
Woo!
5%. Man, Yudoko, there's like a lot of crap that's going on right now, a lot of drama.
So I've heard.
Man, I mean, there's Keemstar, SSSNIPERWOLF, Keemstar, Def Noodles. Meagan Good is getting a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
which is very shocking. And then
Yeah.
GABBIE HANNA, Red Table Talk. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about it.
Okay, so let's start with Meagan Good. I have like the Daily Mail, and we can kind of just look over that real quick. But I'm surprised that Meagan Good is getting a divorce.
Mm.
So, okay, so Meagan Good's husband, Devon Franklin, the husband files for divorce after
Oh,
nearly
see
a
that.
decade of marriage.
Not surprised about that one.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
After nearly a decade of marriage, Meagan Good and her husband Devon Franklin are
Damn.
reportedly ending their marriage. Franklin filed for divorce in Los Angeles on Monday, blah, blah, blah. Wow. You know what's so crazy? Because isn't he a pastor?
Yes, he's a pastor.
Hmm.
I
So he's a
know.
pastor.
It's
I thought it was,
interesting.
yeah, I thought it was, and what I didn't like about their relationship, I should say, is that they were very like, this is how we make our marriage work. Like she would talk about just different, like she would go on these talk shows. I remember seeing one, I think it was one of the Jimmy, Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, I don't remember. But um, she was just saying, like, I think she was asked, like, does she like sext her husband or whatever? And she was saying, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Like she was just talking details and it's always funny to me, like, remember when, what was it? Oh, I don't know if you remember this, but remember when Chloe and hey, Melissa, hey, Kat, remember when Chloe Kardashian, well, maybe not, but remember when she had that Chloe with cocktails or cocktails with Chloe? There we go, cocktails with Chloe. I used to watch that, and I remember Chloe Kardashian. This reminds me of when Chloe Kardashian was talking about Sierra on how fake she thought like their relationship was because Sierra was going on saying how her and Russell were like not intimate until after marriage, even though she already had another kid by someone else.
Meagan Good said that she thought that was fake.
No, this reminds Meagan Good's relationship because Meagan Good, hold on, let me pull up a photo of Meagan Good just in case like people don't know who she is. But this reminds me of an incident where Khloe Kardashian was calling out like Sierra and Russell. So basically, Sierra and Russell remind me of Meagan Good, if that makes
But
sense.
Sierra and Russell seemed authentic to me.
Well, here's the unauthentic part. Why do the whole world need to know that you guys are not going to have sex until after marriage when clearly, like, obviously Sierra has because she already had a kid prior? So why, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind
Like
of
they're
like,
trying to be role models.
yeah, like, but we didn't need to know that. So who were they really doing it for? It felt as if they were doing
Mm.
it for, I always ask those questions, like, like, we didn't need to know, you know?
Mm.
Am I making sense?
No, that makes sense. I
But,
always thought these people, because they're not the only ones who do that, like talk about this little intricacies of their relationship that nobody asked for. And I always
mhm,
thought these celebrities do that to encourage other people who want to do the same thing but think maybe it's weird or unreasonable or something.
mhm.
So I but also because this reminds me of when Tiana Taylor was talking about how I don't remember what she said about her husband. I think she said that she does threesomes with her husband. I think she said something like that. And people were
Right,
like, we didn't ask. People were like, we
right,
didn't need
like,
to know that. But she was trying to make it like, well, there's people who do that or they want to do that and they need to know that, it's
mhm.
okay. So I can see both sides. I can see both
Yeah.
sides of that.
Yeah. I I don't know. Like, I just, to me, with Meagan Good's marriage, it just felt like from the get go, they were like, this is how our marriage works. Like,
Well,
have
I
you heard of?
feel like they felt like they had to do that because their marriage was under so much scrutiny
Was it
because
really?
oh yes, girl, because he's a pastor.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hmm.
Meagan Good does movies with her biddies out. She does X-rated scenes. Did you
Hmm.
see that one video of they were doing some conference and a lady in the audience was like, "I have a question." And she
Yeah.
was trying to be you know the clip I'm talking about?
No, but I can understand. Like, I get where this is going when
Yeah,
someone
she
asks
was
her publicly.
yeah, she was trying to be nice about it and she was like, "So the other day I was at the grocery store and there was a magazine and you were on the cover and your things was out. So we going to cover we going to cover up, right?" And then Devon was like, "No, no." He defended his wife. "No, no, no. You're not gonna, you're not gonna do that to her. She can wear what she wants to wear." Which is
Right.
rightfully so. But that kind of energy is the kind of scrutiny their relationship has been under since day one. Because he's a pastor, and a lot of women felt like, why wouldn't you marry a good Christian girl? Why wouldn't you marry the type of women who are coming to your congregation? Why would you marry somebody who seems to not be of the same Christian
Mhm.
value mindset thing?
Mhm.
So that's why a lot of people had a lot of scrutiny. And then the other thing about them too is he had to make a lot of compromises to date her.
Did he
He did.
really?
Yeah, yeah, he said, "I didn't want a woman who smokes. I didn't want a woman who drinks alcohol. I didn't want a woman who curses." There were like this whole list of things that he did not want in a woman, and Meagan Good had all of those. Meagan Good can cuss. She did all of the things he said he didn't want, she did. And
Mhm.
he would say, "Well, I'm in love with her." I think he just fell in love with her and tried to ignore some of his values. So that's why when I saw he's the one who filed for divorce, it didn't surprise me that he was the one, because I feel like
Oh.
he compromised a lot of his values just to be
Mhm.
with her.
And, oh, so do you think, so you're saying you feel like this has a lot to do with why they got a divorce? I mean, we don't know,
I
obviously,
think
but
I really think so. I think like I mean, I'm not in the relationship. Who knows what really happened, but
Mhm.
I can imagine after so long you just really you regret, going back on things that you try to tell yourself weren't important, or maybe you thought you could change the other person, or I don't know what this
Okay,
man
but
was thinking.
here's how my twisted mind works, okay? So here's what I think. I think that they had a conversation, because even like the words that came out as a response to, them getting a divorce, it was very nice, etc., right? So
Mhm.
I think they sat down and was like, look, it's going to look good for you if you divorce me, if you file. Because you're a
Mm.
pastor, and it's going to look good that you kind of left me because, like you said, that I couldn't work with your values, etc. So I think they sat down and was like, it'll look good for PR and everything if you do it. It's going to look horrible for me if I
Mhm.
do it. That's what I think the conversation they had.
Maybe. Yeah, that's possible too.
Mhm.
And I could see them coming to that agreement because she could not handle the scrutiny. She said that she stopped going to church because it was just too much. And
Really?
yeah,
You would think people at least would be, like, phony nice, you know? Like, at least, like, no, I'm just saying, you would think people like, "Oh, hi, Megan, how are you?" And then as soon as she leaves, like, "Oh, that bitch."
oh my gosh, but I can imagine, even if people were being phony nice to me, if I feel like if I was in that situation where I'm married to maybe the women covet this man. Maybe there's women who wish they could be with this pastor, or they just feel jealous, or who knows. But I would be able to feel that energy. I would. And then
Mhm.
the stuff online. So every time, she would take a picture at church, people
Mhm.
online would have something to say. And then
Mhm.
I saw this one story about how she, for the BET Awards, she was going to announce the best rapper. So she
Uh-huh.
wore like a really deep cut dress, like very sexy dress. And then they switched it up on her last minute and said,
What?
they said, actually, you're going to announce best gospel album. And
Oh.
she was like, I'm not dressed appropriately for this. Please, can I? And they're like, no, if you don't do best gospel, then you're not announcing anything and you're not coming back. So she
Wow.
did that and she got a lot of backlash.
Mhm.
And then, so the next year for BET Awards, they were like, okay, we want you to announce with Chris Rock. And he's going to do a joke where he's like, oh, I see that you're wearing a different dress this year and you're supposed to laugh it off. And she just felt so offended because to her, it wasn't funny. To her, she couldn't laugh it off, and she just felt like, no, I'm not gonna disrespect myself again on national television. So supposedly she'll never again get to be on BET Awards.
Oh.
But that just shows, like, to the extent that people were just playing with her so much about this "you're married to a pastor" thing. So it was tough on her. So if it said she filed for divorce, she would definitely see a lot of backlash. So that's why I can see him saying, you know what, that's fine. I'll say that I did it.
Mhm. Okay. Mm. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have for that because that's my only opinions for that because look, it says right even this Daily Mail says the cause of the dissolution of the marriage is unclear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it as far as it goes. Like, gushing about good, hero. I'm so proud of my love, blah blah blah. And I don't know. I think I wonder because you never know with people. They're so performative when you're a celebrity and you
Yeah.
have all the eyes on you. So I never know like what's real, what's not. Is like for
Yeah, because
instance,
and
is
they
this
wrote a
hug
book.
real? You know,
They wrote a book about their marriage.
I can't
So
stand, and that's another thing. Once I feel like the public has an opinion when you use your marriage and monetize off on it. You know, like
mhm.
it's just annoying to me. Like the whole Rachel Hollis thing. I'm not even gonna get into that. Do you know who she is?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
girl. I
All right.
love Rachel Hollis slander, but
Oh,
anyway.
I'm about to say, okay, you were like, I love Rachel Hollis, and
No,
I'm like, what
I
slander? Like I can't. I mean, Smoky Glow just actually a few days ago made a really great deep dive into her,
Mm.
and I was like, preach sis, because I couldn't like I can't stand Rachel Hollis. I really can't. And
Her husband is no better.
yeah, I really can't
Or
stand her.
ex-husband.
Mhm. Like, ugh, everything about her is fake and phony. I don't ever believe I don't hold that's I feel like a lot of people held her up on this huge pedestal because she
Yeah.
showed results, at least financially. Yeah,
Mhm.
anyways, my whole point is that she reminds me of Meagan Good as well. Like, I don't like people who, like, monetize off of their
Mm.
marriage because just because you're married, that's nice that you can write a book, but you're not, like, a psychologist, you're not, like, a counselor, you can't
Mhm.
really
What
help people.
credentials do you have? Because what's crazy to me is they just got married when they wrote the
Mhm.
book. Like, they're still newlyweds. So it just felt like,
Right, like, they were
what?
probably being pressured maybe to write this book?
I don't I
That
don't
could
I
be.
don't believe people get pressured to write books. I don't I don't believe that.
Yeah, but, uh
Maybe they felt like that's how they can feel more legitimate. I get that.
maybe. Yeah, maybe, there we go. But, Kat says I'm gonna read some comments. Um,
We can't hear you anymore.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Cool. Kat says, but I find that pic of them creepy. His smirky smile, and she's giving the camera a look. It's weird. What are they portraying here? Melissa says, preaching about loving your imperfections while being judgy AF. Melissa also said, I mean, how much easier would things be if we only ever fell in love with people we were compatible with?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That would end a lot of sob stories. And
Yeah,
yeah.
like, I don't know. I just feel like he probably also got like celebrity shook. Like, why would you not? You know, me like date Meagan Good. You know what I mean? It's probably like, well, could you imagine though, like holding the cards with that? Like, well, you know,
Mm.
she's done this and that. She's really cool. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine. But anyhow, do you want to? Now I kind of want to watch the Gabbie Hanna Red Talk table thing
Oh,
though.
and thank you, Melissa, about my lipstick.
I know, doesn't she look so dope? Like, just so you know, I'll probably always come up in here looking like this, but she looks really amazing.
And I'm gonna always come up looking totally different.
Yeah, this is to me like really fun. This doesn't feel like to me like it's just like a nice conversation with you, Udoka, and then we're all talking to like Melissa and Kat, which is cool. But
Yes.
yeah, okay. So the
Okay,
red
we can
table
do
talk.
Red Table Talk.
Okay.
'Cause that one made me so mad when I watched them. Both of them. I
Uh,
know I feel like maybe this generation of scandal people only know Gabby Hanna and they're not
mhm.
old enough to know Perez Hilton, but like they're the same. They're the same.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, Melissa says y'all are both beautiful regardless. Thank you. But
Thank
I'm just
you.
no, but let's be very clear. Like Udoka, you look dope right now.
Thank you.
But okay. Let's do red table talk. Red table talk with Gabi Hanna. And Perez Hilton. Perez Hilton.
The only way I know to describe Perez Hilton is KEEMSTAR, 2006 version of
Mm,
KEEMSTAR.
mm-hmm. All right. Are we ready?
Are we
Can
gonna
I
watch
just
the whole thing or just certain parts?
what do you want to do? I was kind of thinking you watch the whole thing.
We can do
No.
that.
I mean, because it's like it's not because I
Definitely.
want to forward some of. I mean, I'm gonna forward this stuff until they come out, until Perez comes out. Because
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, we
interested
can
in
do that. We
hearing
can do that.
Perez and stuff. What was I gonna say?
Yeah,
Off the bat,
because go ahead.
off the bat, I just want to state the fact that this episode is 24 minutes and 42 seconds is my like the number one criticism.
Oh.
Like the number one criticism to me before I even pressed play when I watched this the first time was that like how in the hell can you have Perez Hilton and Gabby Hanna in one video together and just like squeezing this into 24 minutes and 42 seconds. This episode needed to be
Oh
an hour
yeah.
long, at
Oh
least
yeah.
45 minutes long. And they did not. So
That
that off the
editing
bat,
them.
like it gave me bad vibes. And I already was like, this is not going to be it. Uh-oh. Oh, wait.
Record deals, friends, sponsors. Please, I love TikTok. I'm sorry. I will shut up. In the minds of the overwhelming majority, I am irredeemable. You sound like such a hypocrite. A lot of people say the same thing about you. No, that's just stuff. Are we ready, ladies? I don't know. We answered the same thing. I don't know. All right, well, let's get started.
And by the way, what does that say when like I feel like the only no okay, no offense to, these individuals. I don't really know them, but I just feel like when you're gonna go on Red Table Talk, what such a diss it is to get this family instead of the instead of
I was like when I heard Red Table Talk, I was like, no, please don't tell me the Smiths gave these people time of day.
yeah, I was
And
mad. I was mad. I was
yeah, it
like,
made me
how
mad.
dare they? But yeah, it's these people who I've never heard of, so I don't know. So it's like, okay, it's not like
Well,
it's not
these are
that
the Estefans. So have you heard of Gloria Estefan?
I
Hold
haven't
on.
heard of any of these people, so I don't
Oh
know
my
who they are.
god. No, she's hold on, let me see if I can find what her song was.
Oh, that
She
she's a singer?
Yeah, she is she's iconic. She let's see. Come on, baby, baby, do that conga. Hold on. Is that the
Oh, it's
song?
gonna be copyrighted.
Oh,
What does
really?
it matter? We're not even like it's our
Okay.
first thing.
Surely that part isn't. Come on, baby, do that
Oh,
rumba,
oh,
can't hold
that's
it
who
any
that's who they
longer.
are.
That's Gloria Estefan.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
So, and I think these, I don't know if that's her child or children. I don't know who the other women are,
Mm-hmm.
but that's who the Estefans are.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, first time hearing about them, but okay, I recognize the song.
In 2021, the concept of cancel culture is everywhere. From our politics to pop culture, some view cancel culture as a modern form of social justice, a way to hold others accountable for offensive words and actions, past and present. Others feel that cancel culture is a dangerous trend led by online mobs who will stop at nothing to silence anyone or anything they disapprove of. I think personally it has gone too far. I think it's dangerous. I feel like accountability, personally for me, and cancel culture are two separate things. I'm glad the world is changing and we need to hold people accountable for being racist or being homophobic. For example, in the case of somebody who has broken the law, maybe even, an abuser of some sort, they need to be taken out of society to not be a threat, but that's not the responsibility of a 14-year-old online. Yeah, but if you take them out, the biggest question is, do you forgive them? Do we give them a second chance? Human beings are going to make mistakes.
The issue I have, they
I've
made
made
me
mistakes.
mad when they were talking about the cancel culture because it's like they don't understand what it is. Especially
Mhm.
this one that you paused on.
It was
She doesn't understand. Like, she's like, the biggest question is, do we forgive them? That's not what the biggest question is when we're talking about cancel culture. The biggest question is, how are they going to make up for what they did or said? Are they going to hold themselves accountable? That's what the question is. It doesn't matter who forgives them or who doesn't forgive them. And
and
you're going to hear a lot of things they say that just shows you like they don't even know what being canceled actually means.
yeah, and what I didn't like were they were mentioning the kids. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure like a lot of the Gabby Hanna stans or like 12-year-olds, I'm sure, but what I'm saying is the fact that they were just unwilling to say, "Hey, maybe kids they need to be a part of these conversations." Like they don't even she just the other chick cuz I don't know names. I mean, I know they just put the names on the screen, but but the other chick was just saying, and we'll see it later, but the other chick was really on kids on how they really shouldn't be involved in things like this. But why not? I mean, and I don't mean like, yeah, there's going to be kids who are going to be bullies, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But to just like completely dismiss children having a conversation about what's going on in the world, that's not
Mm-hmm.
okay either, in my opinion. It's like
Yeah.
they're talking from they're not relatable. These
Mm-hmm.
people are not
Yeah.
relatable when it comes to them
Yeah,
even talking about it.
it feels like Gloria never heard of what cancel culture is. She just read it for the first time when, before they sat down with the script.
Mhm.
This one heard about it a week ago. And then and then the other one kind of knew about it but just kind of ignored it for
Mhm.
however long.
Okay.
There's there that it's a broad spectrum. Some people have been canceled for, in my opinion, things that they haven't even done. And then there are people who deserve to not have a platform, but a lot
I like
of the
her
time I
Prada
think
shoes
that they're
though.
kind of viewed possibly in the same kind of way. Okay, or they've been canceled for something they did 20 years ago. Right. When things were different. So
No, things
are we
were not
really doing
different.
something that
I hate
is
that.
helping the society? I think we're way more sensitive. I've been doing the same show.
Okay, I will say this. I do think as we grow older, we're more sensitive, but I think you can't just say I don't think anyone should just say that statement and then keep it going. Like you can't just say this world has been more sensitive because you have to break it down. This world has been more sensitive because one, mental health is actually now viewed as equivalent to your physical health as, years ago it wasn't. There's
Mhm.
there's things when the world stopped, when the world paused, people were actually able to look at the incident, like with George Floyd. There are things to where, the world has become now I understand, like, okay, in my opinion, I do think people overuse the word triggered. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like now people understand like mental health more, and we're now listening. So for her to make that statement, the world has just been so much more sensitive now. But like, break it down though. What exactly? Because I do know
Yeah.
that, because there's
Mm-hmm.
some things that we can't say anymore. And I'm glad, people used
Yes.
to, there's just certain things, I'm not going to get into details, but there's just certain things to where it's not acceptable today to say as it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're growing. I don't think it's just sensitivity. I think we're
Yeah.
also growing as a society. And for her to just make that comment and then move on to the next damn thing with this B-roll, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So
I feel very sus whenever I hear somebody say people are more sensitive today, because I know what they mean, but also, do I know what you mean? Because are you one of these people who thinks like
yeah,
certain
you
things that really never should have been said that's considered sensitive because now we know not to say it, like.
right. So for her to make that statement and just kind of go on to the next
Mhm.
thing, that's what I'm just like, you can't make a statement like that. Like, what do
That's
you
what I'm saying.
mean? Yeah.
And then also keep in mind that these people are Cuban, and I'm not to stereotype, but statistically, Cubans in America tend to be conservative, right-leaning, or Republican. So that also lets you know kind of where they're coming from, or if they've heard of cancel culture before, who they're hearing it from.
Mm. Mm. That's a good, like, that's, see, I don't know, like, statistically with, like, Cubans and anything like that, but that is, like, a good statement.
I only know it's because of the 2020 elections. They analyzed every subgroup of Hispanic for that
I'm
election. I was like, okay, I learned a lot.
gonna read some comments real quick. Kat says, "It's funny how many guys want to be Paris Hilton." That is true. Like, Keem and Paris Hilton probably need to phone each other. Kat says, Mario Armando Lavandera. Did I say that right? Junior is his real name, and I guess he's 43 now. I didn't realize he was that old. Kat. Oh.
Oh, I
Oh.
see that. I see why he got a pseudonym. That's a
Uh,
long name.
yeah. Oh, I just, I obviously knew Perez Hilton wasn't his real name.
I
But
didn't know it was Mario Armando Lavandera Jr.
yeah, I didn't know either. I didn't know. Melissa says, I hate
Pretty.
when people use that argument. I find that entire generation more aware, compassionate, and capable than people my age. Melissa, look,
Yeah, I
people
agree
aren't
with that.
canceled for their mistakes. They're canceled for refusing to take accountability. Lillian says, also, why can people be more sensitive? Why? Right, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we can't be sensitive. Right. Like,
Yeah. Like
mm-hmm,
the thing that you'll notice as they keep talking is like they're not talking about actual cancellation. They're talking about people didn't like you or didn't like what you said. And that's normal. Like people are allowed to not like what you said or not like something you did.
mm-hmm,
So it makes me feel like whenever I hear conservatives talk about cancel culture, it makes me feel like y'all are more sensitive. Y'all are upset that things that you used to get away with and people would make fun of somebody for being upset by it. Now you're mad that people can say they're upset and other people agree with them.
mm-hmm. Kat says it's weird for people to call others out for things that happened when they weren't even born yet. Huh? It's weird for people to call others out for things that happened when they were.
Yeah, so she's
Uh
saying people who you get called out for something you did 20 years ago, but it's an 18-year-old calling you out for it.
oh.
Like the 18-year-old doesn't know what it was like back then. They just know that read what you did and they know what you did was wrong. And I think that's valid too.
Yeah, I do. I think that kind of falls back into why I think kids should, I mean, don't get me wrong, kids can be assholes. We know. But I think that falls also into kids are starting to have opinions. Like, think about it. Before, kids didn't really, yeah, we had our opinions when we went with our moms to the grocery store and we saw the magazines near the line, near the checkout. We had some opinions when we saw the cover of the page, but we never really had opinions like this before. Kids haven't, I feel like. So I think, I think it's good that kids are like learning and having conversations about what someone did 20 years ago, even if they're 15. I think there's conversations that need to be had. And I feel like our society is, yes, obviously, guys, TikTok, social media in general, it has its freaking disadvantages, but it also brings it has its disadvantages, but it brings its advantages as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think they don't like that kids have a voice.
Right, they don't. I truly believe that. I believe because, yeah, I stand by that statement.
For the last 24 years. And I can look back and say there are things that were, now when I see it, it was politically incorrect, totally. But it was the times. I've been watching this with a keen interest. And because you went through some kind of cancel culture in 1997. I did. Mom, spill the tea. You got canceled? I walked right into a firestorm when I stood up for a woman who was let go from the county film board for expressing her opinion that artists from communist Cuba should be able to perform in Miami, as the embargo states. I wrote a letter to the paper defending everyone's right to freedom of speech, even those whose points of view may not reflect our own. And the first thing I write here is that let me clearly state that I am staunchly anti-communist. A guy got a steamroller and steamrolled my CDs. I got trashed, dragged, they call it now, right? That's a new word. Come on, lingo, mom. Girl, I just learned that this week. What happened to me was local. Now it's worldwide. For a long time, people have been doing this to other people. It's not something new.
Okay, so this is what I'm really not hate watching this. This is just annoying to me because off the bat, they're like, okay, well, I didn't do anything wrong if people are canceling me. But let's talk about the people who actually did things wrong, And it's like, look, this happened to me. So they're already like kind of showing the narrative, like, cancel culture isn't it because I did something. I stood up for someone. I spoke my opinion and I got canceled for it. Okay, but that's not, you don't represent like the whole cancel culture thing.
And you're not canceled because she would in 1997, she's still Gloria Estefan. It like what I want to see is Gloria Estefan go and tell that story to the Dixie Chicks and compare, because the Dixie Chicks said they didn't like George Bush and their career never recovered. They can't. Dixie Chicks can't do a talk show like this, but you, Gloria Estefan, you still can do a talk show. You still have clout. You're still the icon Cuban singer. You weren't canceled. It was just a dude who didn't like you, and he made a statement like the people who burnt their Nike shoes or people who trashed their James Charles palette, like that doesn't necessarily mean you're canceled. When you're canceled, you're gonna know because your money stopped.
Right. Right. Well, I was canceled in 1997. Okay. You're not canceled now. You're able to sit here on this table and talk about it with all of us. Let's talk about the reasons why people get canceled.
But it has evolved and changed with the internet. The rise of gossip bloggers like Perez Hilton in the early 2000s paved the way for today's online mobs. As the man behind Hollywood's most hated website, Perez made a name for himself by urging his followers to cancel scandal-plagued stars like Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan. In 2010, he had a change of heart and vowed to stop attacking and insulting celebrities on his blog. Welcome, Perez! I'm sure a lot of people are going to know you that are watching this show. But a lot of people are probably going to be angry at you. Me? Yeah, for giving me a platform.
And that very well may be true, but changing this dialogue and moving forward, the importance of having you here.
Changing the dialogue.
For you to speak if you've contributed to this world, and now how are you going to contribute to changing it? What do you consider yourself when it comes to the industry?
I consider myself an entertainer. I wouldn't say I'm a journalist, although I do.
I don't even want to hear him because everything coming out of his mouth for the next 20 minutes is going to be until we get to the part where he reads Gabbie Hanna. But everything other than that is BS.
You know, I haven't watched this since it came out, so
okay.
Go ahead. I watched it, but I haven't since it came out. So I mean, like when it came out, I watched it, but then so I don't really fully remember everything he was saying, except that when he told Gabbie Hanna, I could say the same thing about you, but pretty much. Oh, let's read some comments. Melissa Brown goes, so they think criticism equals canceled, right? Kat goes, Kathy Griffin and Roseanne got canceled. Melissa Brown, I used to find the way he'd write nasty things on young female actress photos really disgusting. Yeah. For Perez Hilton, what happened is basically social media, Instagram. And so he couldn't lie anymore. So when they say Perez Hilton vowed to basically not lie on his platform in 2010, think about it. 2010, I was graduating a senior in high school, and in 2010 there was a lot of social media going on. There was a lot of no one, all of a sudden, if celebrities were getting caught doing something, a weird photo, weird angle, and the tabloids came out lying about it, all they had to do was go onto Instagram. Now, they didn't have Instagram stories in 2010, but they still had a platform where they could respond to it immediately instead of having to put out a public statement the next day.
Yeah, they had Twitter too.
Right. So let's be clear here, Perez. You only vowed in 2010 because you kind of could no longer do it.
Take the heat.
Well, not the heat. He just physically couldn't. No, because in 2010, it was way much more harder now to put out a lie about Britney Spears and her. I mean, I don't think she ever went on because of her. Okay, she's a bad example, actually. But he couldn't put out a lie about the Kardashians because all they had to do was go on Instagram or, Facebook at the time. That was a huge thing. All they would have to do is just go on Facebook and make a statement of some sort right away. So I'm just,
And back then, people couldn't just put their opinions, and he had a lot of power because people were looking at his opinion. But now people can find anyone's opinion thanks to social media, and other people's opinion can be louder than his. So when I say he couldn't take the heat, I mean he was taught he couldn't compete, and he couldn't take the backlash. Yeah, and like you said, he can't lie anymore. So he can't be scandalous. So all of this combination, his site was dying.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. So it wasn't this heroic thing to where he was life-changing. No, life changed. Life changed. So.
But for example, there were human beings on the other side of your stories, and we have to call a spade a spade here. You said some pretty hurtful things. Did you feel powerful when you did those things?
That word power, to me, it never resonated because that would imply that I can force people to do things and I can force people to think a certain way. I could have influence, but I'd like to view it more like opportunity. I have the opportunity.
What is he even saying? Like non-words.
To receive. Seriously? Yeah. I viewed what I did as shining the light. I'm shining the light on celebrities that get it right and those that get it wrong, those that are behaving badly.
And in your mindset, did you think maybe, oh, well, they know what they signed up for?
That's one of the many talking points that I would tell my brain to program it to justify my behavior. I was a drug addict, and attention was my drug. I knew what I was doing was bad, and I kept doing it, and I kept being rewarded for it.
And by the way, I think that's one of the big issues with social media and the kids that are getting on it, because we all crave attention and we all crave acceptance. Right now, acceptance is likes. Perez was getting plenty of those likes on TikTok until late 2020 when he was banned from the site.
I
Oh, this
feel
one
like
is so
my
pathetic.
world is crumbling.
He suddenly found himself on the other side of the cancel culture coin and begged TikTok to reconsider.
Get on the phone with me and talk.
Did you laugh? Like when I first saw this, I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't laugh because he's being so serious right now. But it was so funny. It was so
I didn't know that this is how he reacted to TikTok banning him.
And
What makes it super cringe, I just can't believe it, because you're a grown man. It's not like you're some kid, you don't know how these things work. You know exactly how these things work. What
mhm.
the hell you look like, crying, begging, call me. You could have called me first. Like, what?
Right. Like,
I did. Yeah, I laughed. I did.
wait, he has a Lady Gaga thing in the back. I wonder what that is.
Mm.
Hmm.
Her record, I don't know. He's a fan.
And I think he has a Bieber, Justin Bieber something too.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
not
sure
that
he
it
has
matters.
a lot of pop stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me, please. TikTok, anybody.
But the ban
Anybody.
remains in effect.
Stop.
What did
Ew,
you
that
do?
close up.
On
They were
the
so
app, they have this thing
I
called
knew
the
what they
For
were
You
doing with that
page where random videos pop up on your feed. I saw this video because she was and still is the most followed person on TikTok, Charlie D'Amelio. At the time, she was just 15 years old. I saw this video of her on the beach in a bikini dancing what I thought was sexually to a song with very explicitly sexual lyrics about having sex. So what I said, which I do not regret, I would have rephrased it now, was, is this appropriate? I should have maybe...
That was the question? But didn't you also call her like bland?
She's very girl next door. Bland, basic, boring.
That's still a
Yeah, like, do you get the fact that he's still trying to defend talking shit about a child, a 15-year-old?
Yeah.
You know, at the time she was 15, so I mean, here he is saying, I don't regret anything I would have said, but I would have phrased it differently.
But how do you phrase that differently? You're trying to tell this 15-year-old that she's being inappropriate. How else can you say that?
Yeah, it seems to me that, you know, the fact that he's still trying to defend himself about talking shit about it. Let's just not talk shit about people who are kids.
Because that also shows he's not thinking about it the other way. How does a 15-year-old feel that a 40-year-old man views what she's doing sexually like that? I don't know. It's like he doesn't get it.
Right. Like, yeah.
Because you're not gonna police kids. Kids just have fun all the time. What you can police is the app that's, you know, popularizing sexual content to kids. That's what you can police, but you don't want to police that. What you want to police is the kid, and you don't regret it, and you don't see how that's creepy to the kid.
Yeah, like he's just like, I'm coming in here and I'm saying this, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so he's in here saying that to me, this whole thing bothers me because he doesn't acknowledge, you know what, I effed up with this. But instead, he does this, I'm sorry, but you know, this is how you know, that type of energy, like this is how I would have rephrased it. Like, dude, you talked shit about a 15-year-old. Let's not do that. And because I've even, like, when I first started my channel too, I was like, oh, you know, I even caught myself, you know, and I'm like, oh wait, how old are they? I'm like, oh, okay. You know, you kind of catch yourself, you know, and I'm a small channel, but even there's topics I'm like, oh, like I want to talk about this, but then I don't because I'm like, how old are they? And even when I did talk about the D'Amelios, I think it was some type of drama with, I don't know, them being ungrateful.
The snail thing?
Yeah, the snail thing. And when I talked about that, I was still respectful because I'm like, they're kids.
Yeah.
So honestly, I didn't see that thing as a huge deal anyways, but Yeah. So he just doesn't get it.
15-year-old girl. She's a child, you know.
Did you do it for the view?
No.
Because she was like the number one.
Calling her blank or asking that question.
No, just getting in the fray.
Because no, it was a specific question that I had, and there was like a petition to get me banned, and I
Yeah,
just was
because
viewed as
that's not
enemy.
the only
Where-
foul thing
where
that you
does this
do.
happen, this petition?
Change.org. I do think it's interesting, though. A lot of people, both old and young, think that having an opinion that might not be positive is bullying.
Were you bullied in school?
I was for being fat, actually.
What did you learn from
Oh, Mario
those dark
Lavandera.
moments in your life?
I wasn't aware of it at the time, but the whole birth of Perez and so much of what I did and still do was a reaction to my childhood trauma. Now I realize that I was kind of wielding a sword, and I just wanted to.
But
wield the
didn't he
sword
earlier
because
say,
life
no, I
had been
don't,
so
I didn't make me
unkind,
feel
unfair
powerful?
to me. But a sword can really hurt
He
people.
did.
At the height of his blog's popularity, Perez was infamous for outing closeted
Because whenever
gay
he
celebrities
speaks, it's like
like
nothing coming
Clay
out.
Aiken, Lance Bass, and Neil Patrick Harris before they were ready to come out to the public.
Mm.
Did you feel maybe because you were
foul.
openly gay that was your like permission to out people that were gay that didn't come out?
No, that's just up. I never understood how you as a gay man could put anybody in that situation.
Were you
Like, I don't
outed?
understand that.
I was outed by a family member,
Okay.
but
To the family.
yeah.
Not to the
I was
world.
outed to my family too, and I can tell you, if somebody did that to the public, if you had done that to me, oh girl.
To answer your question,
Yes,
you know,
please.
I knew what I was doing was wrong. I would tell myself all these mantras, all these talking points to, you know, being that drug addict. Well, I'm going to do this because of that. So
Rationalize.
I would say things like, well, I'm just sharing with my friends online what my friends in private talk about. So why should I treat my public friends any differently than my private friends?
They're not your friends. They're the audience of these people.
Okay, Perez,
I
I
hate
want to
that.
address this with you because last week we had
He did like,
Lauren
oh, what
Jordan
can you
at this very
do?
table to talk about the online abuse of women, and your name came up. And one of the things that bothered her the most was the photo that you tweeted, because it was almost forcing her to come out. Let's watch it.
To the point of the coming out thing, I wasn't ready. I didn't know, because I'm also Latina,
Yeah.
you know, so there was that looming thing of like, what is my community going to feel about me? And my immediate family knew, but it was like in
So you were outed to the public.
Yeah, I felt really violated.
Yeah.
I don't view myself as outing her.
That picture that was in the photo.
Okay, so here's where I have a different opinion with that. Here's the thing. All Perez Hilton did in that situation was basically join the crowd and commented or posted a picture of the same thing that was already going around. It was already public. You know, I mean, like what Perez Hilton did was absolutely just, I don't even know the words for it, horrific. You know, him being a gay man and him publicly outing other people who weren't ready.
Mm-hmm.
But so I completely disagree with that. But this recent one, that picture was everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay, do you know the tea behind it? Because I felt like they're not explaining something here. Is it something that was in circulation underground and he popularized it, or was it already trending?
It was already trending and he just jumped on the bandwagon. Like it was already, because I remember seeing that not from him, but for someone else. Like it was one of those things where I woke up in the morning and like my phone is my newspaper. So I was just scrolling and I was still in the bed. And I remember seeing something like that. I didn't read the full story because I was like, oh, okay. You know, and I just moved on. Like, because I don't get why, you know, I just feel like, you know, love everyone. So to me, anytime someone's trying to out someone or anything like that, to me, it's not like, oh my gosh, she's gay or, you know, she's a lesbian. Like to me, it's like, you know, love everyone. So it's not a huge like, oh, but you know, to them, I can understand how like, oh my gosh, I wasn't ready to come out. Like I get that. But what I'm saying for Perez, not to defend him, even though it sounds exactly like what I'm doing, I'm just saying the photo was already out there, so I didn't think this was like the perfect example because he wasn't the first person to even put that photo out there or anything. He wasn't. It was already out there.
But when you listen to his rationale, it's the perfect example to show you that he has a shitty mindset.
I know. I know he's an ass.
He never intended for that to get out.
For especially young women, sexuality is so fluid.
What
Girl,
is wrong with you?
I'm so
You
serious.
can't say for a woman like and a male, oh well, gay man, it's different. Like women have sex with women, like no matter, like that's different.
There's a lot of women who will make out with women and don't identify
That's so
as.
hurtful, man. And a lot of
That
people
lady's
in
like,
society
I
will
did it
look at
too.
two women together and they don't legitimize our relationship because they're like, oh, girls make out with girls. It's just a college phase. Oh yeah, girls together are hot. Like, which is what you're doing right now.
I think
you can't.
Sexuality is very, for a lot of
But
women,
you're a man. You're not a
fluid.
woman. You can't speak to a woman's experience. That's not fair.
When I shared those photos, I didn't say anything negative.
Right.
I just shared the photos
I
that
just
were
wanted
already
to stop
trending.
talking.
The photos were already
I
trending.
hopped on the train and took advantage so that you would get more views and followers.
I wouldn't view it as taking advantage. How did I take?
The photos were already trending. I know I saw the photos somewhere else. I did not see it from Perez Hilton. I mean, I didn't even know he did anything about it because I don't watch him. But no, the photos were already trending. And I get like what they're saying. The action is still wrong, but I don't think he should be singled out for that. I think there's so many other things, like so many other examples to where he could be singled out for. But I just think, they obviously pulled up the most recent one. But he, like she said, he just jumped on the wagon with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you said before. Like, oh, you see a good story, I'm gonna just spread it and perpetuate it. What I'm saying is just let it go. Like, let her figure it out herself.
It kind of goes back to just like the nature of what I do, or a show like El Gordo y la Flaca. What do we do? Okay, tell me.
You don't post it. You wait for her to speak. That has nothing to do with her career.
Okay,
yeah, it's a story. Why do you have to
Now we know the story, but as an entity, as a show, if we get a picture from Lauren, we would have done exactly the same.
That's my point. It was private. It was taken
How
from
do
her
we know
private.
that picture was
Because
private?
it was known that it was a private family photo.
Did you know that?
No, it was a wedding. It was
social media.
This is a problem as a culture of exploiting young people for things like their sexuality, their private life.
That's so
we should
true.
have people who put flags in the sand and say no.
Okay, but then you're talking about censorship, or what are you saying?
I'm not talking about censorship.
Don't
I'm
play.
talking about we have somebody right here who has done damaging things to a lot of people and has been on the other end of receiving hate.
I've accepted that in the minds of the overwhelming majority, I am irredeemable.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be redeemed.
I could ever do.
Not even. Yeah, there's true that there's nothing he could ever do that, people are going to be like, oh, we love you, Perez. But the thing is, he came in here and still defended talking shit about a 15-year-old.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's going to be like, there's nothing I could ever do. But it's like, the reason why there's nothing you could ever do is because you don't have a good heart. You're not a good person. So like, there's nothing when you're a bad person doing things, you're just always bad. Like, that's just who you are.
Yeah. Melissa says fans took the photo from a private link and reposted it everywhere. I think Perez was the first legitimate source to post it, and that was the issue. Kat says he just was mean for a paycheck, and I'm sure he had a great time making fun of people who felt vindicated. Yeah, I'm sure he
had
did
a great
feel
time. Mm-hmm.
He
had the time of his life.
I remember there was a time where, I don't know, was I in high school? I don't remember. Maybe it was either middle school or high school, but I was definitely on that Perez Hilton. I know my sister definitely was. My sister Bianca definitely was. But there was a moment where we would go on Perez Hilton, the blog, and like read everything, because that was the whole thing back in the day.
I remember that, but I couldn't stomach it because it would just be pictures of, look, she's fat. And it's like this skinny young person with a tiny, normal, female, necessary amount of pudge I'm
Mhm.
just like, this is gross. Oh yeah, and he would those pictures of Lindsay Lohan and she or Britney Spears and her panties were showing, and he would just blow it up and I'm like, this is
Oh yeah,
disgusting.
yeah. He was definitely, and it's so funny because anyone says any criticism about him and he's all into it. Like I told you with my small, I kid you not, Udoka, I think I had 6 subscribers at the time. And he made it, he commented on my little video that I made about him. And I was like,
So you think
dude,
he just
yeah,
loves
no,
the
yeah. I'm
attention,
like,
good
dude,
or
you literally
bad.
you just
Yeah.
typed in your name in the YouTube search results,
Yeah,
and then my video
and
came up
oh,
because I'm
what do you
like,
do? Post it today or newest posted, something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he does. Cause I was like, what the fuck? Even like with I had 6 subscribers. I'm thinking, what the fuck are you doing posting? I mean, yeah, I'm talking about you and it's called an honest conversation. So yeah, let's have one. But I was just like, dude, you have nothing else better to do. How
Yeah.
sad. Like, and like
Yeah.
for someone who sits there and talks so much shit about people, he Googles up his name and he just responds to all the hate about him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Change, grow, evolve, mature to make things right with my past.
She's
Like,
sympathizing with
even
him. She
if
doesn't even
I
know. The lady
donated
doesn't even
all of the money
know.
that I've made
She's
over
so
the last
like
years,
clueless.
if I gave it all away, they would say, okay, that's nice. It still doesn't erase his past. Or that's great. He's still a D-bag. Or what an idiot.
Because
I
you
can't
still
believe
would
he
be
gave
a
away all of his
D-bag,
money.
dude. Like he
I
doesn't
do
get it.
believe that a lot
Mhm.
of people view cancel culture as a form of entertainment.
Absolutely. All right, YouTube star Gabbie Hanna skyrocketed to fame in 2013 and has consistently made headlines for online feuds with other social media influencers. Those feuds have escalated
I'm sure
to
Gloria's
online
like,
mobs,
Gabbie who?
calling for Gabbie to be
Okay,
canceled.
I'll read the
Fans
scripts.
of her rivals have even started a petition similar to the one that led to Perez Hilton's.
Okay, this is what severely pisses me off with this.
Mm.
They chose to do this on purpose to where they were just like, we're not gonna talk about what Gabbie has done. We're just gonna talk
Mm.
about how Gabbie has
Her
been
response.
affected by
Yeah.
all of this. And I'm like, and that's what pissed me off about this whole thing. Can we talk about her actions and what she did to
Mhm.
get to, I lost record deals, record labels, blah,
Yes,
blah, blah, blah,
girl.
blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like, okay, bitch, what did you do though? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's so annoying to me how they just skim over that. And I honestly think they're
They're
clueless.
pandering to her because that's the attitude that she has. She in
Mhm.
every situation she can only see the ways that she was victimized, and the show is catering to that.
Right.
And it's very annoying to watch. It's like so irritating.
And even in this petition, it doesn't even. Oh, okay. It does get a little bit. Ken's a cosmetic scam, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but it's
but
just a screenshot. They're not reading it. And
yeah,
they
they're
don't talk
not. It's a
about it.
B-roll. No one's gonna really pause it. So yeah, it's so frustrating to me because I bet you if those ladies knew every single thing that Gabbie Hanna has done, they would have treated her the same way they treated Perez Hilton. And can we just say the guests for this? You know, that's another thing. The guests for this. That's absolutely. Why did they think? In order to have one, why is this 24 minutes and 42 seconds long? But two, why did they have these people? They're not a really great example of cancel culture. Or if you were going to have these people, then you needed to have people who were basically the opposite of these people,
Mhm.
to have a conversation about it. It just seems
Yeah.
so.
I could
like,
see like having because they put Perez Hilton because he is supposedly the king of trying to cancel people. But then
mhm,
it would have made sense to have somebody who was legitimately canceled. Like their
right.
career is shot, put, nil, done. And it
Mhm,
was because, well, I voted for Trump or I don't know, whatever, for like a thing. But they chose Gabbie Hanna, and it makes me question why are you choosing Gabbie Hanna? Gabbie Hanna's not canceled. She still makes music. I lost 2 record deals. You still make music.
mhm.
Like I don't know. Yeah, it's very questionable.
Yeah, it's this. This is when mainstream tries to be one of, be like us, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like mainstream wants to hop in on the online controversy, etc., but then they just screw it up.
TikTok ban. Gabbie, who's also building her music career, says this has devastated her both personally and professionally.
No matter what I say or do.
And what's so stupid is what devastated her was her own doing. What devastated her was her posting stupid, unneeded videos.
And the thing is, this is the only video they show of Gabbie Hanna
Yes.
crying. This
They're
is the
trying to
only
make it
video that
look
they
like-
show.
They're trying to make it look like, yeah, everybody's just out to get her and she just had to stop doing her music. But they're not showing, no, she chose to do whatever she did because she posted videos with literal lies in them and people got mad that she was lying.
And I feel like those people who are on the Red Talk table, what they are really not acknowledging here is that every single thing that happened to Gabbie Hanna caused herself. Gabbie Hanna is the reason why the shit happened to Gabbie Hanna. You know? And so it amazes me how she, till this day, does not, I know it's like accountability is a favorite terminology these days, but she really does not understand or comprehend how to take accountability. No,
Yeah.
she understands, but she won't take accountability. And so, yeah, like every single thing that happens to her. So why she's crying right now? Because she did something to make her cry. That's what she did. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
no
like
one else
she-
is doing it but her.
What's crazy is this show is about cancel culture and they chose two people who literally don't know how to take accountability.
Right.
So like what was the point of the show? Like
Yeah,
you can't show us no cancel culture is bad because you picked two bad people
Right.
who should and you can't show like I don't know what the damn moral of the story is supposed to be.
Right. This whole episode is just botched. Like, I don't understand. They talk about it's not really organized. They talk about how kids shouldn't have opinions. They talk about, what we should be, what should be written off as far as opinions. Like, we shouldn't be talking about people's sexuality. And I totally agree, but I felt like they just were all over the place with this. Like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about cancel culture? Are we talking about how to fix it? What exactly are we talking
Perez
about?
doesn't make it better because literally every time he opens his mouth, it's like, I just wanted to interject and like you're talking nothing. Like
Right. Yeah, it's they don't even know. These were the wrong people for it. I honestly,
Yeah.
who would have understood the assignment? Like Will Smith, Jada.
Yeah, I think
they would have understood the
Smiths
assignment.
definitely would have a way better understanding. All the I don't know about the grandma, but I think Jada and Willow definitely would understand what is cancel culture, how they participate in it, and things like that.
But not even that. They had people who are around our generation that would also be able to have the conversation as well. You know what I mean? Like they had Willa and Willow, I mean, and it's like they also to me it seems like they do a little bit of research before they press the record button, but I just felt like this whole thing was botched. I don't really like. I know they had some valid points and some valid opinions, but this really shouldn't have been 24 minutes and change. It really should have been an hour, And aren't like their red table talks like an hour or 45 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe the savants just have less.
Oh, Melissa goes, almost anybody else would have understood the assignment. Pretty much.
Twisted. Welcome, Gabbie. This table's on fire, woman.
It's
Hello.
on something.
Hello.
Hey,
I was
guys.
absolutely just aching back there.
Oh,
You
shut
should've just
up.
come on out.
Well, I wanted to. I was trying to be respectful. respectful.
Welcome.
First of all, I cannot tell you how honored I am to be here with everyone at this table.
Well, thank you.
I am obsessed with you so much. Everything that you're saying.
At least someone is.
No, I feel like you're speaking out of my journal. Like everything that you've been saying about the picture, because you are absolutely correct. It's the equivalent of if somebody starts a rumor in high school and it's kind of gossip among the mean girls, and then somebody takes the overhead
Bullies.
and announces it to the entire high school, and then the principal sends a newsletter to the entire community.
High school
That's the difference between
bullies.
what they did.
Oh, Lillian goes, Donna Klein should have given them some notes. Preach.
Yeah.
I love
Absolutely
that.
not. My content doesn't revolve around other people. Like, look at my top videos. Like,
When
I'm
I get a
making content about
soundboard, I need to
myself.
put Gabby's voice
I would
on it.
never want to make my name on. I was gonna say no offense, but yes, offense. I would never make my name on someone else's.
What are we doing on a TV show?
I
Bullshit.
think that if it's something involving somebody's sexuality or anything involving anybody's personal life, I personally don't think that the media.
Okay, real quick, let me say something nice about Gabbie Hanna. I like her hair. I like her hat. I like basically her wardrobe, her makeup. I like her appearance.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah. So
Or
That's
the
a nice thing.
backstage people did a good job.
has to say anything about anyone, and that's where I think that we need a drastic shift.
Isn't
in
that
culture.
crazy?
We do love talking about celebrities as if they're characters. Humanity is completely out of the window, and I say this as somebody who obviously had a really great life online, but it's just we have to start looking at humans as humans. If I ask that,
okay, well, can you look at Jessie as a
Yeah.
human? Like,
Yeah, can you look at the lady you called the C word as a human? Can you?
I know. What about Daniel Prada and Joey Graceffa? Can you look at them as a human? Can you give them a proper apology?
Can you look at
Like-
Rachel Oates as a human?
I know.
It's like so many. Who else can we? Who else?
Like this is like
Jeez.
I can't. Like she just pisses me off.
Who are you? Are you a musician, actress, entertainer?
I would identify as an artist first and foremost of a lot of different
Content
kinds. That's how I like to
creator.
identify. That's what makes me feel good, and I like to spend most of my days creating. I started this when nobody knew what social media was, and I was 22 years old. I just came out of college, and I remember telling people I'm going to be a Viner, and people said that's not a thing, and I said it will be. So I kind of dove into it without really understanding what that meant, and that's also when I didn't work through anything in my life yet, and I had so many mental issues going on, and I had so much past trauma. I was trying to figure out who I was. I was
Right.
22 years old, but
Like
now
everyone.
here I am and I'm 30, and there's so much of my life online and so much of my energy and my privacy that people now have access to that I wish I could eliminate. But these kids now,
You regret it.
of course, that's why when I see these children, I was in 10th or 11th grade.
I love how she like talks above like you're not. I love how she like puts herself on a pedestal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Melissa says they had to add a definition of what Vine was. I know that's how old it was.
When I got my first cell phone, we had limited text messages. These kids are on their phone all the time, and what happened in the pandemic is they have nothing to do but be on their phones, accessing every part of each other's lives. Everything is digital. I went to the internet because I had a really hard time socializing in real life. I had a hard time making friends, and then all of a sudden I'm on the internet and I have all of these followers who think I'm cool and I'm the popular girl. So
Did you
I
maybe
wake
have
up.
this addiction that Perez talked about? Or-
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
But what upset me
during the
is
whole
when I was
Gabby
back there.
stuff happening, I was listening to podcasts of people who knew Gabby and just
Mhm.
people who aren't,
Jen Dent.
people who aren't popular enough to be talked about in the T channels, and just heard from other people's perspective, other than Gabby's perspective, how she was.
Mhm.
And I can definitely, whatever that, now I'm the popular girl, that definitely got to her head.
Mm. Yeah, everything seems to get to her head. Like I don't know. I don't know. I want to be somewhat nice, but
Is I was really eager to hear what you had to say, and it feels like you can't take accountability at all from where I'm sitting. Like hearing you speak, it sounds like you have no idea what.
seriously, Gabby? Seriously?
It's like
See,
she
for-
should say that to a mirror.
Right. Go in your mirror where you sing and dance and all that and say those exact words to yourself. Like
Mhm.
it seems to me, Gabby, you can't take accountability when when Daniel Prada came out with that 1-hour video, I spent maybe 6 hours like just jotting down. I feel like every single thing. Like I kept pausing, play, pausing, play, jotting down till this day. By the way, that video is still like people still watch it, and yeah, till it's good. It was like I will never. I was with Gabbie, guys. I didn't know who Gabbie Hanna was 8 months ago. I was with her. I wasn't monetized yet, so I had to put out a community post, and not a community post, a video stating, "Hey guys, I'm going to be looking over Gabbie Hanna's video. I'm going to be covering her series, etc." Right? I was actually with Gabbie Hanna. If anyone ever watches it, I was with Gabbie Hanna from the very beginning, and I just, kept going along, kept like, guys, even when she did like she was apologized for racism. I think that was like chapter 4 of her thing. I was down for it.
Yeah.
But then even when she came out with her video about how escape the nightmare, I was I was down for that too. But then when Joey Graceffa came out with his video, I was kind of like, ooh. But then I was still kind of like on the fence a little bit because I still didn't know who Gabbie was, but I still was like, all right, because Joey Graceffa's video was like, I think 10 or 14 minutes long, right? And then, like, I kid you not, I don't know if it was the next day or the day after, but then Daniel Prada came out with literally an hour video and debunked every single thing she said, showed fucking receipts for everything. And I was like, Gabbie Hanna, who? Like, what? I was like, how could she even... I saw like
some of the things. It's like, how could you leave this out of your story? And like you have to be, no, there's no way you're that delusional to think like, oh, I just forgot to.
Yeah, like right, like she didn't mention that she didn't show up. She complained about how they didn't have the food for her on set, which is false because they did. But then she didn't really mention how what was it? Oh, Daniel, who would go to the store, go to Whole Foods, get her 3 salads that she never ate. She never mentioned how she didn't show up for her 2 out of 3 fittings. She never mentioned how she didn't even fill out her paperwork in time, so that way they didn't even know what foods to get her because she didn't even fill that out on time. And there was a discrepancy in when she showed like the jewelry, how she was getting hives and stuff, but then Daniel Prada was like, no, this was like sterling silver or some shit like that. But either way, like he had the receipts for all the text messages, etc. And it just was like, oh wow, Gabbie lied, because Gabbie tried to cover all that by saying, guys, I did say I was a bitch. And
like
that
she thinks just saying that you're an awful person, that doesn't make it okay to be an awful person.
I know. I remember watching Observe. I don't know if you watch him. Do you watch him?
Maybe.
He's like a body language channel. So I was watching Observe, and he did one on her during that time, and he was like, Gabbie Hanna, just because you tell people, hey, I'm gonna be a bitch, that doesn't mean that it's okay for you to actually be a bitch. Like I remember he was like, that doesn't. It was so funny. He did a really good job of like breaking her down as well too. But
yeah, and also the thing is, okay, let's say, you know what, you did tell us you were going to be a bitch. Nobody outed her. Like nobody.
I know.
Nobody went out to say, oh my gosh, can you believe Gabbie did it? People kept it to themselves, or if they really wanted to know, they would say, yeah, it wasn't my thing, probably wouldn't work with her again. And they kept it pushing. She's the one who brought it out.
Right. And it's crazy because what constituted, like, the only reason why she decided to make this video is because Daniel, with all the shit that, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, because with all the shit that went down, she should have been lucky and glad. The only things that Daniel Prada said was in an interview while he was in a car driving. And I don't even like, and then he also went on Trisha Paytas' podcast, the one before Frenemies, Talk with Trish, whatever the heck it is. But he went on there too, and he didn't really say much, just but said, yes, there was like a problematic, person on set, etc. And I'm surprised. She should have been grateful that that's all they
Yeah.
said about her. So
But
for her
she
to
was
even
mad that
Mhm.
in their personal, private conversations, they were talking shit, which I don't know. It's like that's your fault for taking what somebody is saying in private, and they're
Mhm.
purposely saying it in private, not saying it in public for a reason, and
Mhm.
you expose it publicly. You out yourself.
Right. Like she's oh, a
And who
hypocrite.
wouldn't talk shit? I don't know. If I was on that set, I would be like, "Oh my god, girl, this is what happened today." Like who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I mean, that's
Yeah,
it's
but those
ridiculous.
people were clearly professionals.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying. You sound like such a hypocrite. You're still doing the thing that you got canceled for, but you don't have to say anything about anyone. Like you can just shut your mouth.
She was so emotional
A
about
lot
that.
of people say anything about you. In fact,
Yeah.
over the last few months, many people have come forward accusing you of very hurtful, toxic
Her
things,
face.
and people can do their own research.
And if they do, which you'll see, there's nothing there.
What? And then and here's my thing. These people and I don't think it helps that this is the only Red Table Talk that I've watched with this family. So I think with this family, I should watch more to really, to get like a vibe and stuff and see how they orchestrate everything in other episodes. But
Mhm.
you could tell the fact that they don't respond, like
They
you'll
have
find
no idea
nothing.
what they're talking about. He's
Right,
like, they're like,
and
"Oh,
then
what does he mean?" Oh,
right.
wow.
And then the thing is like, what do you mean, Gabby, you'll find nothing? Are you saying you won't find nothing because you deleted your chapters? You deleted
Yeah,
your
like
truth?
I'm like, is she saying that because she deleted her videos?
Like what exactly? Because we will find all of it on all the T channels, commentary channels, drama channels, whatever the heck you want to call these channels. You'll find it. So when you do your research, you'll find nothing. What do you mean nothing? You sound delusional. That's what I'm trying to say. She sounds freaking delusional when she says shit like that. You will do your research. You will find nothing. Make it make sense. Do your research. What? Well, I did my research. The thing is,
Yeah.
I have a whole entire notebook, a 5-star,
her
5-subject. I have a 5-subject notebook filled with Gabby Hanna shit. Research from Gabby Hanna from when she started her thing. I bought it at CVS. I kid you not, yellow cover and everything. And then, kid you not, because I was looking at it the other day and I was like, oh, should I toss this? But I just kept it just in case I needed to refer back to something. But yeah, it's all done, filled with research from watching a whole bunch of Gabby Hanna shit. So for her to say that is absolutely, her and Keemstar are on that. Do your research. Do your research. Like we do the research,
Yeah.
and that's what they have to go on. That's their favorite thing. Notice how guys, any single time anyone, even like bigger creators, because I'm nothing, but bigger creators, they call out Gabby Hanna. It's like their biggest go-to, even Keemstar, is you guys need to do your research.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa says, or Kat says, Gabby was hangry that whole time. Melissa says, it feels like more than 15 minutes meeting before taping was necessary here to actually have this conversation with these guests on this topic. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that they didn't butt in, it is very clear they don't know shit. They don't know shit. Like they don't know shit when it comes to the Gabby Hanna stuff. They needed someone who knew what the fuck.
They didn't even know who she was.
Right. They needed someone. The fact that do your research will know nothing. Really? Butt in and say something. Shit. If I was on that Red Table Talk, whoa, wait, what? This needs to be a 40-minute episode. Part 2. Free. Like, what?
Never intentionally got into the drama community. The drama community got into me.
No, okay, listen. You decided the drama community got into me. But listen, when you came out with your series over the summer, you're the one who at first attacked the drama channels, but 2, you're the one. And I like to state, I've always said this. I always felt with the Bianca Devin situation, Gabby shouldn't have been targeted with that, my opinion. And I always felt with the Rice Gum situation, I don't care. Till this day, I will always say it because people always tell
I
me.
agree with that.
I always say, listen, if rice gum damaged my phone, I'm calling the police. And people be like, you're going to call the police and bother them over this? Fuck yes. Because you know why? Because that's my property. I pay money for it. And yeah, I'm going to file a report because you broke my shit. So yeah, I'm always going to stay till this day. Rice Gum should have never touched her phone, period. And I don't care what happened. He needed to pay for that shit. No, that wasn't okay. And then the whole Bianca Devin situation, she shouldn't have been targeted with that. That's my opinion. But all the other shit, no, that's on Gabbie.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
And the other thing is there was a time period where she said, I'm purposely causing drama so that the drama channels will talk about me.
Right.
So,
she was like,
how did she get off saying, well, the drama channels from me when you are purposely antagonizing them for the purpose of being on there?
Right. Yeah. She was like, I want to tell my truth. I want to be the narrator of my story. So I decided to like F with you guys, etc. And that was like the preface or something before her actual series. But yeah, like it just, like everything about her pisses me off.
Yeah.
Lies.
The online drama came to a head when Gabbie posted a series of emotional videos before deciding to take a break from social media and walk
She
away.
did not delete
A
her
series,
channel.
and then you know how it's like, who wrote this? Gabbie decided to post a series of emotional videos. What? Like, how? What are they doing? Are they purposely just separating a series of emotional videos? That's what they call it. A series of, not for people who know the situation. Can we not be so vague about it?
And leaves the internet. She didn't leave. In
Like,
fact, it's a joke. Every time she says she's gonna leave, like we know for a fact she's coming.
Mhm.
Subscribers.
Everybody's already decided that I'm like this monster, combative, wants to hurt people person.
Because you said you did.
Mhm.
Or that you were.
Not the people who pretend to know me based on whatever interaction they've had. They say it feels like the people on the internet literally think you're the opposite of who you are. And I wanted to prove them wrong. Like I just wanted to show them who I was, but that's where the ego comes in, is I cared so much still about what other people thought of me.
Still now?
No, not now. But like at that point when I was like making those videos and trying to defend myself and tell my side, I've always been like an oversharer. So like if I'm sad, I like talk about it. Like I post about it. When I show them that I'm hurt, it hurts more when people pick it apart and like tell me that I'm like faking or that I shouldn't be feeling this way or whatever.
What do you think Perez is thinking? I know, like this is a meme. Perez's face is a meme. I know we don't like him, but Perez's face is a huge meme right now. Like he's like, bitch, like you deserve everything, all the horrific things you did to people too. Like Perez's face is a mood. That's exactly how I feel about. It's like that. I need to have a poker face, but really inside, I'm not thinking anything nice about Gabbie Hanna.
Okay, this is very valuable. It's important that we show the ultimate thing that can happen
Consequences.
with popularity.
Through the course of this, I've lost 2 record deals. I've lost friends, opportunities, money, numbers. Like there wasn't a professional, personal, financial, any type of benefit that I've gotten from this, and I have not wanted it. That's why I think I've tried every single thing that I could do. And then the only thing that I felt like I had left was, okay, I guess I just have to tell my side. But then halfway through that, I stopped, because even that, I realized like, okay, this is not feeding my soul.
That's what I want to know. I want to know, what's the other 50%?
I know.
Because what she posted is just half.
I know. I really thought that she was gonna do one on David Dobrik in the Vlog Squad. I really did. I thought she was gonna touch on that. I did. And I thought that was gonna be like, I felt like that was gonna be, that had the potential to be a 2-part thing or a 3-part thing. You know,
that could be a 3-part.
But I feel like she wasn't getting like the response that she wanted.
She thought she would get.
Well, and plus people called her out on her lies. She stopped because I remember watching a Instagram live of hers while shit was hitting the fan, and she was just like hysterical, crying one minute, laughing the other, saying how unbothered she was, telling us she's so unbothered while all of these emotions were happening in this live. I'm like, okay.
It's like,
it was so weird that I thought I was gonna, because I was screen recording the live, because the whole thing was I was just gonna post it on YouTube, but I decided she just seemed like so
not stable.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, she just seems so unstable. So I ended up just deleting the screen record. I was like, nah, you look like, it felt weird because she just was all over the place. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let me just stick to the things that she actually edited and everything. You know what I mean? Like
the things that, that she intentionally put out there.
Yeah.
In the way that I wanted it to.
That will affect your mental health.
Of course.
I've been canceled and am canceled over and over again by the public.
As you should.
One thing we have not talked about, which I find sad and interesting, is cancel culture has become so accepted in so many circles, especially when you're talking about politics. On both sides, if you disagree, if you don't think the way that other people think, you're instantly canceled. Listen, I grew up in Miami with a lot of family members.
We can't even have the conversation.
I know. I don't.
That's how politics has always been.
But that's still my family member, and I'm still going to love you. And
that's important. And I'm really glad you said that, because there isn't enough love in disagreement. Just like I came out here, I was like, I don't agree what you're saying about like girls. That's why I came out a little bit heated, because that conversation was like,
I'm still a little bit heated.
Yeah, you cannot tell me you respect.
You and I can disagree, and we can have nothing but respect and love for each other.
No,
and that's
there's no respect. How can you respect?
Just, like, pointing that out.
We can all as human beings, and this is something I feel like we need to work on, is empathy.
Oh yes, we want to try to figure out this whole new world and what we should change in it, or how we can help it be better.
And to me, what's especially scary is that, we keep seeing now people in their 20s losing jobs over things they said when they were teenagers on social media over a decade ago.
Here to help us unpack this complicated issue is NYU Communications Professor Gabrielle Gambrell. Professor, how far does cancel culture go? Like, do you hold somebody accountable for things they said when they were children that didn't have an idea of what they were doing?
It depends on how many people are coming to say, that's not okay. How many people are like, I'll let that slide. As people, no one is perfect. And we recognize that no one is perfect. We talk about cancel culture. We talk about people's reputation, their credibility, and their profit. Why are you concerned with someone's credibility? Is it because there's a social impact element there? Is there because, are they harming the world? Yes. Is someone doing something wrong where you're like, actually, we need to step in because I just did research and this is wrong. And hey, guys, I actually do need your help because justice needs to be done.
I don't even necessarily think that cancel culture is a bad thing. I wouldn't call it cancel culture. I do believe that righteous indignation could be and often is a positive. But what is disappointing is it seems like so often people's go-to is cancel first.
Where's the line?
I don't understand what the hell he's trying to say. Like, what was that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Words supposed to mean.
I know. He just like says things to like. I don't know. I had just my mind skipped over that. Like my thing is, what's the solution here? Like, I mean, I know they can't. A red table talk is not going to come up with the solution in cancel culture, but at least let's talk about it. And they're just talking about cancel culture, but they're not really saying, well, when is it okay to call people out? When is it not? Like, they're just kind of vaguely saying something I could read on Google.
Like super vague. And then if you skip to the end and she gives the moral of the story, it's like, what, that you said nothing.
Right. Exactly. That's what it sounds like. I mean, I love her Gucci shoes. I saw shoes, but I just like, and the thing is, like, she's really, really good at her job, but I just feel it's not even her. I think it's really the producers when you think about it. It's more of, why isn't this longer? what is the solution? Like, I feel like watching this, you get nothing out of it. All you get is two people defending themselves and how they've been canceled, but you don't really get, there's a huge conversation here that needs to be had about how do we go about, holding people accountable, but also holding them accountable without bullying them as well. I think that's a huge thing to talk about. I think, they just spent this whole entire time talking about defending themselves. That's it.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Cosby is a convicted rapist. He was released from prison on a technicality. Since his release, he has announced plans to do a docu, either series or film, and go on tour, a stand-up comedy tour. I'm pretty sure it'll sell out.
Why is he being allowed now to go on tour and do a documentary?
Yeah, and it really speaks to who's outraged, who's upset, who's trying to cancel you. So if we talk about one of the greatest entertainers of all time, Michael Jackson.
Yes.
You say Michael Jackson, I'm singing PYT like all day long. However, to some people, if you say Michael Jackson, they may say, don't play that here. They may bring up children. They may bring up certain things. Yeah. It's based on your perception or that community you're speaking to. Now, if things are of the past and things resurface, you need to help your audience, help your community understand who you are today. Another thing of cancel culture. Was your intent malicious? Are you being rude? Are you being disrespectful? And then that also gets to people talking about cancel culture or bullying. Because when you bully someone, if you are a bully, you are intentionally trying to hurt someone and not necessarily get them better.
Okay, so when it comes to cancel culture,
yes.
When is it too far?
When someone is contemplating their life. When someone is saying, this really hurt me, or, do I deserve to be here anymore? Can I ever come back from that? That's where cancel culture can be dangerous.
And again, I say, parents, we have to be aware of what our children are seeing, doing, how much time they're alone on the web. It's a very dangerous place.
It really is so toxic and dangerous.
I can't think of another resource like that has ever existed.
Absolutely. And I would like to hear final thoughts from the both of you, Perez.
I think one great solution is to really treat everybody like family and view them like a cousin or a brother or a sister and acknowledge, I don't agree with that, but you're still my brother, you're still my cousin. And if you view people that way, you'll treat them and talk about them differently.
That's very important.
Hold on, let me go on. Let me just show you the hypocrisy that I'm sure if I just went on Perez Hilton's YouTube channel, let's see if he's treating people like family. Hold on, where do we go? Real quick, I gotta see if he's treating people like family over here. Because this is so fake. Like, I can't. We gotta start treating people like family. Sometimes that's not the answer. Like,
well, because the people online are not family. Most of the time, it's some anonymous person with a cartoon profile picture.
You know what I always hate, and I know this is no shade against anyone, but I always hate it when people are like, "I love you guys, I love you." I'm like, no, you don't. Stop. Like when people that I follow, they're like, "I love you." Like it's usually the vloggers.
Yes. Like, yeah, like Tana Mojo used to. I don't know why I was watching some old Tana Mojo. She used to be like, I have 1.2 million subscribers and I love each and every single one. Girl.
I know, like it's like, no, you don't. Maybe you love our money. Maybe you
you love that you can say you have 1.2 million.
Hold on, let me see. Let's see. Oh, maybe I don't really see that many. Okay, I don't really see. You know what? He has cooled it down because all these. Okay, I'll show you guys. Let me show you the screen. What I'm looking at. Like Because I was trying to look at like a shady headline, but they're not really shady.
He doesn't do shady headlines anymore.
Nice. Okay.
What he does now is like very personal, one-on-one stuff.
Yeah, it's not. Okay.
But you know what's interesting? That I was watching this Britney Spears documentary, and Britney Spears hired Paris Hilton. He had a little role in her circus tour, like a skit that she filmed for the circus tour. So it's like he can say that he's canceled all the time, but that is how he got his fame. To the point that even one of the people that he was harassing in disgusting ways got over and thought it would be funny if you're on my tour.
Really?
Yeah, she put him, because her tour was all about circus, everything circus. So she dressed him up as like the ringmaster of the circus.
Oh. Learning some new stuff. Okay, let's finish the rest of this up. But yeah, I thought I was gonna find some shady shit, like shady headlines on Perez, and I didn't. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. I wouldn't still. I would still argue he is not treating people like family, though. But
yeah, I don't think he treats people like family.
Okay.
Society now where everybody is allowed to have an opinion and everybody feels really almost like they're supposed to have an opinion on everything. I think we just need to really lead with kindness more, and also try to detach ourselves a little bit from the conditioning that we have with social media, which is this is all we're worth now. For me, at least, like so much worth came from numbers, because when those numbers start slipping from 5 million views to 1 million, you're like, well, what am I doing wrong? And now you're in this cycle of trying to please everybody but yourself, and you lose your soul and yourself completely.
And this is a lesson for all of us. We need to lower the temperature of our social discourse in every way. And we can't continue to silence or cancel someone just because we disagree with them. And the only true way forward is to respectfully engage in an open dialogue that fosters growth, empathy, and compromise.
Okay, but that doesn't say anything. This is not like Barney.
And that doesn't say anything about.
I feel like this is. I feel like it's Barney. Like, okay, now let's sing "I Love You." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, this isn't Barney. Like, what about the people who actually deserve to be held accountable? Like, this was shit. This was absolutely shit.
And what's the conclusion about cancel culture? Because just saying, oh, we just got to be nice to each other. Okay, but what about cancel culture? What about Bill Cosby supposed to be in jail and now he has a TV show? Like,
I know, open dialogue. Oh, does he have a TV show now?
Well, that's what Perez Hilton is saying, that he got, when Cosby got out of jail, he has these 2 opportunities to go on tour or have a show or something.
Well, like, yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know if it was like confirmed.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, but it's just, this sucked. This Red Talk table sucked, but that's okay, because I felt like it was a huge diss, because it wasn't with, like, Willow Smith and Jada and Will and is it Jaden? Is Jaden the other brother, the other kid?
Yeah, but he's never on there. It's just Jada, Willow, and I don't know the grandma's name.
Me neither. But it's not with them. So already that was kind of like a shade in a way, I feel like. And I'm glad, though. I'm so glad that they actually, it's like I would want them to cover it, because I feel like they would understand the assignment, and they would make it longer. But I feel like at the same time, I'm glad that they didn't, because they didn't give Gabbie Hanna the time of day, because this is ridiculous. This is, I mean, this wasn't it. This was not it. I don't know. Yeah. Those are my thoughts about this whole thing. It was crap. Yeah. The fact that if they were going to have 2 people like this, then they needed to have 2 people on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
those
And
are my
if they felt
comments.
like, oh, we didn't have time, y'all had time. Y'all covered some BS.
I
that-
know, like this
y'all
was
had
really,
time.
it was just so hard to watch. Kat says nothing was achieved in this interview.
Mm-hmm.
I will forgive Brittany for that. It's the way I'm responsible for her mental health. If I am offended and decided to stop unfollowing her, that seems really wrong. I know, like everything just seems so. We need to be more kind to each other, and it's just like we can't. I don't know. I bet he's changed quite a bit from how he used to act. Stephanie Lumina says, yeah, like. Listen, I'm sure Perez has changed, but I feel like society has forced him to, because in 2010 when he started changing his ways, it's only because we were able to watch like Instagram or Facebook of people defending themselves.
He just now
right
knows
away.
He has a better understanding to keep things to himself, but I don't think he changed the way he thinks.
Stephanie says the original Red Talk table with the Pickett Smith is just too good. I don't think anyone can top them. Yeah, you definitely agree. Like I don't, but I also think it was a diss in a way that they didn't cover this. But I also think once again, if they did, they would have understood the assignment. And was that your cat?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to talk about the Keemstar and SNIPERWOLF?
Yes. I need to get caught up.
Last but not least, guys, we have the Keemstar and SNIPERWOLF drama. So if you don't know, before we stroll on Keemstar's Twitter, Keemstar called SNIPERWOLF out because SNIPERWOLF, or Leah, let's just say Leah. I'm tired of saying SNIPERWOLF. Leah, she was supposed to meet with this 10-year-old child that's dying of cancer. Was supposed to have a 5-minute FaceTime call, some type of call with this person, and she ghosted this person and allegedly was like going to restaurants, on Instagram stories, etc.
Yeah, I gotta know her response. Like,
so,
what did she have to say for herself?
Yeah, so we're gonna dive into Keemstar's his Twitter. Okay. Let's see. Oh, gotta listen to Keemstar's rant. So this is the first rant. I know. It's what? How many minutes is this? I don't know. I think it's 2 minutes. Yeah, this is his rant. I always hate these because he always thinks he's a shit like in these rants.
I know.
I am so disgusted and appalled and heated right now. All right, we're talking about SSSNIPERWOLF. She's been in this community for a long time. She used to be a Call of Duty YouTuber. We've known her for a decade. She's always been a piece of shit. All right, but over the last couple of years, she blew.
I wonder why he doesn't like her.
Because she has 30 million subscribers and he doesn't.
And look up to her.
I mean, come on. She has 30 million subscribers on YouTube, and he has 5. So that's why.
Yeah, jealousy. Yeah.
Fans of her. Adam22 from the No Jumper podcast hit me up a couple days ago, about a week ago, saying, hey, can you get me in contact with SSSNIPERWOLF? There's this girl, she's 10 years old, she's dying of cancer. Her dream and her wish is to meet SSSNIPERWOLF. And I told Adam22 right out, Leah, aka Sexy Sniper, aka SNIPERWOLF, is a piece of shit. Good luck with that. Anyhow, Adam, trying to make this 10-year-old's dreams come true, gets a hold of Sexy SNIPERWOLF, or SSSNIPERWOLF, and she agrees to talk to the kid dying of cancer. She set it up with her mom. I got the text conversations, so they have a date to do it, right? SNIPERWOLF blows it off. Completely blows it off. She's posted on Instagram that she's out to dinner, all right? She's out partying and living it up. And this 10-year-old is literally dying right now, surrounded by friends and family, dying right now. SNIPERWOLF just blew this entire thing.
Okay, so this is obviously severely sad.
Well, Kat is saying that she did end up talking to the kid.
Yeah.
In the comments. Okay.
She did. But this wasn't like This was after this. It was like,
Okay.
yeah, like when Keem recorded this, she didn't talk to the kid yet.
Okay.
She had a scheduled time to FaceTime her, and she just didn't do it. So Adam22 hits me up and he's
And
like,
I like to say SSNIPERWOLF or Leah's response or excuse was like she was trying to figure out the time zones and when she could talk to the kid. That's what she said.
Okay.
She was trying to figure that out with the mom, but then keep in mind the mom blocked her. But I'm assuming the mom blocked her because, you know, she did ghost the kid, and so the mom was upset and blocked her. Yeah.
It's like, you're right. She's a piece of shit. The kid's dying right now. I don't know what to do. I just saw the goddamn text messages between SS Sniperwolf and the mom making a date of when to do this and a time when to do this, and she just blew it off. Like, you have to be a certain piece of shit to fucking do this. Like, you are such a fuck.
Wait, Kat, from my understanding, though, she probably needed to check if it was a scam or not, too. Yeah, Kat, from my understanding, because you said this was right before Christmas, when Keem posted this, though, she did not talk to the kid yet. It wasn't until after there was this huge backlash on social media to where she talked to the kid.
Fucking scumbag. If you see this at all, make the FaceTime call right now, because the kid is literally dying right now, you piece of shit.
So here's my thing. Like, I get Keemstar's mad, but I wonder, like, because from my understanding too, he didn't want to talk to the kid. That's
did the
but
kid
you know what?
request him?
No. But this is something when I say from my understanding, this is something I was reading in the when I said from my understanding about Leah not talking to the kid until after the huge social media backlash, that was fact checked. But this one of apparently I read, this is just me reading the comments in a video that I made. Someone said that, so this is like allegedly a rumor that he also didn't talk to the kid either. And but assuming
did the kid request him?
Right. Like, I don't think so. So
Okay.
maybe I shouldn't have even mentioned what I read in the comments, but people were like saying that in the comments when I did a video about it. Melissa says, I also think that if Keemstar felt so strongly about this, he should have handled this privately. If my kid were dying of cancer, I wouldn't want this on social media. I feel you, Melissa, and I don't want to sound like I'm
what
defending.
Keemstar does. Keemstar uses it. They use the plight of other people, or they just always try to find somebody doing something that they know others will think is bad, and they use that themselves. They use that to virtual signal themselves, even though they do similar bad things.
But I think this is the same thing. Remember we were talking about the whole Mama Max situation, and we were saying how we felt like the only way they could go about doing this was messy because they would get YouTube's attention. Well, I kind of think the same thing applies here too. Do you really think Leah was gonna respond privately? If she wasn't responding to a 10-year-old dying of cancer, do you think she was gonna respond to Keemstar? You know what I mean?
So you're saying that she ended up talking to the kid because of this backlash?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need more information.
Yeah, like it was afterwards because we're gonna go through.
Yeah, but
Keem's,
would it be because she's claiming time zone issues and what she claims makes sense.
I'm not okay. So I'm not saying she talked to him because of the backlash, but what I am saying, she talked to him after the backlash. I'm just stating a fact. Like she talked to him after this backlash. Now, could it have been that it was just happened to be, you know, a date that they were gonna talk? Okay, but it still happened after the backlash, and it didn't happen when she said she was going to talk to the kid. So scrolling and reading this, SSNIPERWOLF blocked him. Scumbag. So she blocked him. Oh, this looks really good. He lives in Buffalo, New York, and you know, I live pretty close, and this place looks like really nice. I wonder what this place is. It looks so good. Okay, not the point. Oh, so this is the text messages that Keemstar's showing us.
Okay. Sniper Wolf, you mentioned Sniper Wolf in a story. No need to be rude. I said I would do it. It's Christmas and my family is visiting from out of town. Okay, so what's the issue? Why is he posting this? Like,
No, because this is the text message that you can't message your video chat. No. So if I'm reading this, hold on. If I'm reading this correct, I don't think this is him. I think this is the message that she was messaging the guy that reached out, because the story goes that she was supposed to FaceTime the kid or the child, but this was her excuse that, her family's visiting town, and Keemstar was like, you couldn't even take like a moment to so what if your family's visiting town? You can't tell your family for 5 minutes, you got to do this, this, and this, I was seeing that a lot on Twitter, that people were like, so what if your family's in town? So I'm assuming this was like the excuse that she used. Like, my family's in town, etc. No need to be rude. I said I would do it, blah, blah, blah. So everyone's upset because she didn't do it right away. She didn't do it when she said she was going to do it. That's really what this is. But as we scroll, Keemstar makes another video too. And this is Leah's tweet. She goes, I told her reply. She said, I told her multiple times I would love to do video chat. I would love to do oh my gosh, I'm so sorry,
I would
guys.
love to video chat
her daughter, but we couldn't find a time that worked. My family is visiting and got sick, so I haven't had time. I get that, but it sounds like she didn't communicate that. Because why would they say ghosted? Because
who said ghosted though? Who said she ghosted?
Well,
is it rumored, or did the family say she ghosted?
No, it's okay. So whoever reached out to Keemstar regarding her, because I forgot who reached out, but it was someone who had reached out, said, hey, Keem, I want Sniper Wolf to talk to this child because this child's dying of cancer. So that person that had reached out to Keem, he said it in the very beginning. Hold on.
Okay. And then Keem coordinated this?
It's not. Well, he mentioned it. I don't think he coordinated it. He was just mentioning it. This is like a casual conversation. Here's how I view this story, okay? Udoka, this dude reaches out to Keem and he's like, hey, I want Sniper Wolf to do it. And it seems like he was just kind of asking for Keemstar's opinion on it.
It seemed like he was saying, can you help me get a hold of Sniper Wolf? Because I want Sniper Wolf to do this thing.
I don't know if it was that. I think it was more of it could be like connections in that way, but I think he was also just like talking to Keemstar as well too. Okay. But either way, I feel like no one's really kind of paying attention to if Keem helped him or not reach Leah. I don't really think that's like important in the story. I just think that the guy that reached out to Keemstar, he's the one saying that she ghosted him, and he says it.
Okay, so that guy's the one who coordinated it.
Yes, and he says it, and he says that the guy said that that Leah ghosted the 10-year-old child. Yeah. And then what are these text messages? Oh wow.
Hello, would love to send her a video message or to chat with her.
Oh my gosh, hi. Okay, so this is the mom, I'm assuming. So
okay, oh my gosh, she would love to talk to you however we can. Thank you. Then she says, hi, would love to tomorrow if that's okay. Then she said, if it doesn't disrupt your Christmas, yes, please. And then she says, sure. If not tomorrow, then Sunday. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Just message us when you're ready.
Yeah. So
who's
the mom did, because the mom blocked her.
The mom posted this.
Yeah, the mom had just said it because this was a conversation with the mom.
Okay.
So clearly something happened, but you can also tell that she did say, if not, then on Sunday.
If not tomorrow, then Sunday. All right. Okay, just message us when you're ready. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
What happened next?
Oh, I think that was it.
No, there's more. There's an arrow.
I'm pressing the arrow.
Nothing.
Okay, let me just. Okay. Hi. Please don't post
Please
messages.
don't post.
I don't usually do this, and I don't want other people to spam me to video message. Thank you. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Well, that never mind that part.
Please don't post messages. I don't usually do this. Wow. Oh, so she posted them. Okay. Hey, sorry, didn't have time today. I'll let you know tomorrow. Merry Christmas.
Okay.
All right. And then perfect. Just let us know. Hello. Let us know if today works. If not, tomorrow is good. But can we maybe set up a specific time? Hello, I can in like 2 hours if that works. That is 11 p.m. over here on this side. We live in Massachusetts. Kira most likely will not be awake. Oh, okay. Hopefully tomorrow. Does any time during the day? Yes. Well, okay. Okay. Hey, Kira is up. I don't know. I don't know if you are around. Hey, sorry, won't be home for another 2 hours. Might be too late. We can keep trying, but my day's usually very busy. You know, my daughter looks up to you. She loves you, watched you her whole cancer treatment the past year. It would have been nice for you to just say hi. It's okay, she's dying and literally has days to live. I just tried to make my daughter's last wishes happen. You shouldn't have even reached out because then I could have just told Kiera we tried. I told you messaged. I told you messaged. I told her you wanted to say hi, and instead you blew off a dying 10-year-old girl for
Oh my
days.
gosh.
It's all good.
No, it's not. Obviously, it's not all good, ma'am.
Oh wow. I'm
can
kind of
see.
conflicted.
Yeah, you can't ask somebody for a favor, and who knows the reasons why. I really feel like she should have just dialed the phone. So maybe she felt like, oh, I don't look good to be on camera, or I don't want my family in the camera. But there's things Sniper Wolf could have done. But then I think this is what we call choosing beggars. You're asking this person for a favor. They don't have to say yes. I mean, I can see, oh, well, she's an asshole. She doesn't say yes. Yeah, but you don't have to say yes to a favor. So now you're trying to guilt trip her because she didn't make it work. I don't know. That seems so. And maybe the mom might be very emotional, so I can understand why she would feel that way. I just, like you must. I don't. But she did end up talking to the kids, so obviously that didn't offend Sniper Wolf that much, or she got over it.
Yeah, I think that here's the thing. I'm after reading this, I'm a little bit conflicted because I think she did wrong where she goes, um, we can keep trying, but my days usually very busy. And I don't like that when you're trying to talk to a cancer patient who's has days left to live.
Mm-hmm.
When you tell someone my days are really busy, even if it is, you don't say that to someone when they're dying, when they're literally dying. So that's one thing I don't like. But it is very clear here that they are trying to come up with a date, but it doesn't seem like she's putting this kid as a priority. And I understand that she said that she was sick, but she's not stating that, oh, but my days are really busy. That's not saying she's sick. That's saying she's busy. Because she did state that, but then she follows it up by saying that she's usually really busy. Now, I do understand, yeah, she did try to reach out and she did say the kid was, it's late. It'll be 11 p.m. here. So I understand that. And mind you, the time zone is different because she's 3 hours ahead. So I get it because I'm in the same time zone with that kid, but I just feel like I don't know. I'm conflicted because
it feels like bad communication.
Nah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Because I think on the mom's, I don't know, because the mom seemed like she just really wanted it right away. And if the mom had a problem, because doesn't it kind of look like it went to 100 real quick? Because
yeah.
Because if the mom, it doesn't seem like the mom was really okay with it. I'm not like trying to blame the mom and the sick kid. I'm not trying to do that.
I know. I'm sure the mom is just so very emotional, very upset.
Yeah, but in this message here, this is the message I would have been like, hey, she only has days left, and hold on. I'm not trying to, but it's like she doesn't really give off the vibe that this needs to be done like ASAP. You know, like I
Yeah,
don't.
because she says, "Oh, I can do it if not tomorrow then Sunday." So if your response to me to if not tomorrow then Sunday is okay, perfect, just let us know when you're ready, then
Yeah,
that makes me feel like
this is whenever.
there's some time left.
Right. Would
That's how I
she
would interpret it.
right. And so she's like, whenever you're ready, you know, and so when you say something like that, especially with no context and just like that, wow, this person's phone is dying. But when you say it like sorry. No, I just saw like how like I was like, wait, there's no bars. I did see a little dot of red right there. But anyways, my whole point is, you know, not to blame the mom, but I can understand how Sniper Wolf would have seen this as not
A priority.
yeah. I hate to
Something that
say
she can
that.
just get around to. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I don't because what is the context that she was given? Because Keemstar's like, oh, this kid is literally dying right now, but um, that doesn't mean I don't know. We're not given anything to show that Sniper Wolf knows that
Mhm.
because I don't know. I don't want to. When somebody's diagnosed with cancer, that doesn't mean they're dying tomorrow.
Right,
There's a
right.
prognosis. There's
Mhm.
you kind of have a timeline. So it we're not shown anything here that tells us that she was given that timeline or told that we don't know how long this child has left. Is I
And
don't
you know
know
what
the
this sounds like
context.
to me? Because this conversation went from 0 to 100 real quick. You know what this tells me? The person who made the connection was like, I'm so sorry. I was told by Keem that she would probably do something like this. It sounds like this message sounds as if she had a discussion with someone else
Hmm.
and was like, who knew the person who reached out to Keem regarding this. It seems to me like this mom had a conversation with this person after the person was like, oh, you still didn't talk to Sniper Wolf yet. And I mean, guys, I obviously have no idea. This is just what I'm thinking. But it seems to me because it went from 0 to 100 real quick to like, oh, whenever you're ready to, you know, my daughter looks up to you. She loves you. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it just does seem like it did escalate pretty quickly, but it also seems as if there was miscommunication, like you said. I think there was a
Mm-hmm.
miscommunication, you know. So I don't think I could fully 100% be like, oh, this is Sniper Wolf's fault. But I am glad the moral of the story is that she did talk to the child. So that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like from what I'm seeing, if I was in Sniper Wolf's shoes, I would feel I would feel offended, but I
Mhm.
would at least figure something out for the kid. Maybe I
Mhm.
would record a video call, I don't know, figure something out for the kid. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I literally wouldn't reply to this. I would just say, I'm sending the video by 9 p.m. or I don't know. I don't
I
know.
know. Melissa goes, yes, someone was in her ear between the last two messages. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I truly, because the text, it
Mm,
went south real quick. And I honestly believe because Keemstar goes, keep in mind, he did tell us that, look, I told her to, I told the guy who reached out, the middleman, he goes,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to call him the middleman. I told the middleman, you know, she was going to do this, she was going to do that. And I think the middleman reached out to the mom, was like, oh, hey, you know, Leah, she still didn't respond yet. Sniper Wolf still didn't, you guys didn't have that call yet. Oh man, Keemstar told me this would happen. I'm so sorry. I really thought she was going to go through. After
Mm,
that conversation, then she went here and did this because she didn't think that Leah would actually live up to it. So that's what I think happened. Obviously, I have no evidence to really back this up, but it just seems
hmm.
reading this, now that we fully see all the messages, exactly how it went, this escalated way too quickly. So
Hmm.
it went from whenever you're ready to, oh, she's
Yeah, to
coming.
he shouldn't have said
So
anything at all. It's
mhm,
like there she's saying she's still trying to work it out. What
mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, it did um Yeah, that's really weird. I wonder who this middleman is and why is Keemstar not
Well, he already
saying who the
stated
middleman-
it. He did. He
who's
said
the
it. I just
middleman?
forgot. I forgot. He
Oh,
says it in the
okay.
very beginning. Hold on. No, I'll play it again because he says it right in the very beginning. I just didn't because to me it's not really important who the middleman is. I don't care. Hold on.
Well, then who talked to the lady?
The middleman did. The middleman.
Yeah,
Hold
so
on.
it does matter who he is because
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I just because I'm like, okay, this is who the middleman is. Hold on.
I am so disgusted and appalled and heated right
Whatever.
now. All right, we're talking about SSSNIPERWOLF. She's been in this community for a long time. She used to be a Call of Duty YouTuber. We've known her for a decade. She's always been a piece of shit. All right, but over the last couple of years, she grew an empire on YouTube, being a reaction channel, and a lot of kids like her and look up to her and fans of her. Adam22 from the No Jumper podcast.
M22.
A couple days ago.
Okay, so M22
Adam
from the No Jumper podcast. I don't know who that is,
I don't know who
what that is, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know. I just say middleman, but that's who that was the middleman. And then he does another video on her, and this is. Like, honestly, we just go on Keemstar's Twitter for all the updates.
After all, yeah, you want to read or me?
Sure. After all these years, you're still a piece of shit. I was trying to set up a time to video chat, but there was an issue with the time difference. So we rescheduled, and the mother is trying to expose me now. Here is the chat. And so, yeah.
Okay, so SSSNIPERWOLF sent those screenshots.
I thought the mom did after
Now she's gonna call. What? She didn't. Are you dumb? I said I'm doing it, so I'm doing it. I never ghosted. That's the thing. Like, yeah, she didn't ghost. There, I didn't see ghosting.
No, she didn't. Keemstar exaggerated. She didn't ghost. She didn't ghost.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking who said she ghosted, because it matters.
Keemstar
like
did.
Keemstar did. Whoever is saying the things and the accusations, it matters.
Oh, Keemstar goes, now she's gonna call the fan dying of cancer only now after we called her out.
Like, whatever. Like, I would literally ignore Keemstar. Like, that's very annoying. Like, what you like, you don't care about this kid dying of cancer. So, like,
no,
leave this kid out of your freaking mouth.
Like, he just cares about, yes, I got one over her. And then he goes, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sniper was just spent like 45 minutes defending herself instead of spending 5 minutes calling the 10-year-old.
Oh my god, so now this is a game. This is so disgusting.
Yeah, like,
I'm more disgusted. Whatever the situation with SNIPERWOLF, Keemstar, this is what he does. Whatever situation he's trying to expose, he ends up disgusting me way more than whatever he's talking about.
Yeah, like I'm so bothered. I remember when I did my video. Oh my gosh, I lost subscribers from that too when I did my video about him yesterday. And they were like, where the fuck did you get jealous from? Like, where did you? I'm like, yeah, Keemstar's jealous. This is what all comes down to. He's jealous. He's like,
how is this news to them? How is this news to anybody? Keemstar is jealous of like almost everybody, of all of his colleagues.
I mean, here he is starting what is admirable, and I will say it is admirable. I'll say it, for Keemstar to start Drama Alert when he was 30, a business.
Oh yeah, why do you keep saying that's admirable? I don't see how that's
it is
admirable.
Because not everyone wakes up every day. Like him turning 30
at what age? What age is it not admirable to start a business?
No, but what I'm saying is he took something and said, hey, I'm going to actually make this a business. And I think that's because not everyone has the initiative to start their own business and to actually believe in what they're doing. And I think that's something to, I do. I think that's something like not everyone can say, hey, I'm going to start my own business and it's going to be successful and I'm going to have millions of followers. Not everyone actually steps out and does that. There's so many people on this platform. This platform is oversaturated. And the fact that he said he set out to do something and he did it. So yeah,
Mhm.
that is admirable because not a lot of people can do that. So I
Mhm.
understand that, but he's just a piece of shit in my opinion. But I understand like the, I could respect that. I respect the hustle. I respect it.
Well,
But
this is part of the hustle.
mhm,
Being annoying your more successful colleagues is part of
mhm.
his hustle.
Like I just I know he is annoying. Like he really is. I can't. Let me
He
read this next
reminds
one.
me, you know who it makes me think of? I just watched the Netflix movie Don't Look Up. Have you heard of it?
No.
It has Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, and basically there's these they are scientists who discover a comet that's coming to Earth and it's like gonna extinct all life on Earth. So they're trying to get
Really?
yeah, that's what the movie's about. So they're trying to get everybody to like take it seriously. And Jonah Hill is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like the type of characters he typically plays, like the freaking frat douchebag.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's and I just watched it and like that is KEEMSTAR. Like when you watch the movie, just replace Jonah Hill's character with KEEMSTAR. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'll Google that. Jonah Hill with Keemstar. And you said it's on Netflix?
Yeah, the movie's on Netflix.
Okay.
So like the character Jonah Hill plays, that's how that character makes you feel is exactly how KEEMSTAR makes me feel.
Oh, okay.
So when you
All right.
when you watch the movie, just
All right, I'll watch the movie because I'm not tired. I'm sure I'm not going to be tired after this.
Oh, it's fun. It's a funny. I mean, it has fun moments. It has not fun moments. I like the movie.
Keemstar says YouTubers got together and made the video. SSSNIPERWOLF was too busy. Made the video. SSSNIPERWOLF was too
The
busy
little
eating
kid didn't
cake
ask for
instead.
YouTubers.
I know.
Well, who
I know.
cares?
He's just making it. He's just making it.
Are you in the movie?
So SSSNIPERWOLF. So Keem also writes because there's another video he does too.
Oh God.
Yeah. So there's a bunch here. SSSNIPERWOLF has time to defend herself, but not time to call a 10-year-old.
Okay, then you call the 10-year-old. Goddamn.
I know. Let me. Come on. Okay. Hello, friends. There seems to be a huge. This is what SSSNIPERWOLF wrote. There seems, and this looks like it's a pinned comment or something. Okay. There seems to be a huge misunderstanding going around. I have a big fan who is terminally ill, and the mother wanted me to speak to her because it would make her happy. I was trying to schedule time to talk to her because originally when I tried to talk, there was a time zone difference and the child was asleep. So I told her we can try again the next day.
Yeah,
Because
she's talking about that. She's talking about that 11 p.m. part. Okay.
Mm-hmm. When I tried to reschedule a time that could work for the child, I was suddenly blocked by the mother.
Okay,
And that
it.
is, yeah, and
Got
that's
it.
the part where I'm saying that's when the mom had talked to the podcast from M2, whatever the heck the middleman name is. The middleman name was
Adam 22 of whatever.
Yeah, that's when the mom had a discussion with the middleman and was like, oh shit, she does this all the time. Oh, now I'm really pissed. And that's when the mom went from 0 to 100. I'm telling, that's what happened. I mean, I don't know if that's what happened, but I feel deeply in my heart that's what happened. Because this mother's tone was really nice until it felt like she talked to someone.
I can see either way. I could see she talked to someone. I could see that she's just like that and her child is sick and frustrated. I can see either way. Whatever happened, the manner with which she responded, I feel was not conducive to the situation.
Right.
And whenever somebody responds like that, and yeah, it doesn't surprise me that she immediately blocked. But then it's like, why would you do that? Because now you just took away that chance from your kid. So
right.
You're
because I don't know what the mom's going through, but it just seems really evident here that she talked to someone. But okay, what else does she say? I did not ghost or ignore the child. That is accurate. That's an accurate statement. I kept trying to do it. The source of this twisted story is a known liar with no credibility
So
who
Adam
does these things to
22.
create drama. No, I think
Wait,
she's talking
so
about
she's talking about
KEEMSTAR.
KEEMSTAR? Okay.
Yeah, she's talking about KEEMSTAR. KEEMSTAR is the one who brought this story to light. People are saying I horribly ignored this, which is absolutely not what happened. I also spoken to the child privately now as well. And I think now she just
How did
spoke
she
to the
get a hold
child
of the
so she
kid?
could say that. To be honest, I do think that she
Like
I do
just so
think
she can
she can
say,
add it in there.
get
Yeah.
over it. I talked to the kid. It's over.
Yeah. I did everything I can to get in contact again, and I have sent her a video message and spent a few hours talking to the girl today. A few hours. See? So yeah, she definitely made this thing a priority, you know, but like I said, I think she obviously made it more of a priority than it would have. Not more of a priority, but I think she talked
like it became
longer to
more
the kid.
urgent. It became
Not
more
like
urgent.
that. Like, yeah, maybe. I guess what I'm saying is I think she spent more, the quality was better with the child. She spent more time with the child and talked for hours with the child because of the situation. I don't think she would have spent hours.
Well, no, maybe she would have spent hours before, and maybe that's why she felt like she never had time. Because she wanted to spend hours before. But I do see what y'all are saying, that you know the urgency to freaking figure out the time is now there with the backlash. I see that.
Right. I have sent a video message. Yeah. So then there's more though. There's some more.
Oh God. Okay. Let's see.
Too bad at KEEMSTAR was too much of a piece of
shit.
Wait,
what's funny is KEEMSTAR saying she has time to defend herself, but not time to call a 10-year-old. But in the defense, she says that she already called the kid. KEEMSTAR, like, you didn't read it?
I thought he made that statement though after.
No, because he made that statement and posted what she said. And what she said is she talked to the kid for hours.
Too bad KEEMSTAR was too much of a piece of shit to contact her mom and ask for an update before twisting the story. Didn't even have the decency to post her GoFundMe in his video or mention Kiera.
Of course he didn't. Of course.
So he probably didn't.
Kid.
I know. This is all about. And then she goes, the only reason SNIPERWOLF sent the video 72 hours late was because KEEMSTAR told Twitter about her ghosting the terminally ill fan. SNIPERWOLF hasn't taken any accountability at all for her actions. She's spinning narratives like she's innocent.
Wait. What? Okay, what accountability is she supposed to take?
I know.
Did the thing. She took what other accountability is there?
KEEMSTAR is a dumb fuck who just wants this to be a win for him. He wants this to be a W.
She didn't take accountability. Like, she talked to the kid for hours. Even the mom blocked her and she still found a way to get to the kid. What else is there?
Like, he's an ass. I'm gonna keep moving. Okay, so this is another thing too. Okay. This dude, he's trying to be like, hey, this is my time to call out this huge YouTuber.
Yeah, he's making it about him.
Yeah, it's like, dude, shut up.
Oh,
no one
Lillian
gives a fucking
says
shit.
KEEMSTAR tagged himself.
Yeah, because it's so it's right. It is cringe. Let's listen to him. Oh gosh.
I've told the entire community that you're a piece of shit. And you know why I told them you're a piece of shit? It's because I've known you for over a decade.
Real quick.
See,
he's getting mad.
Beef.
He's getting mad because this story isn't going the way how he wants. Because he knows she's still gonna have her platform. She's still going to continue to thrive. He's getting mad because he can already see this blowing over already, and he's like, "Wait, we're still not." He wants us to sit on this story for a very long time.
Right?
Yes, that's what's happening.
Because she put out her thing like, basically, y'all, the situation is over. And he's like, no.
He wants us to sit on this even longer. He's mad that this just came and gone and left. It said adios, peace, deuces, I'm out. And he's like, no, come back. We're going to sit on this story even longer, okay? Could we at least sit on it until 2021 is over? And he's mad. So this is what this is.
You've always been a self-centered, no accountability son of a fucking bitch scumbag. And you know what? You proved it. I told everybody, this is
Oh my God. I told everyone.
Shut up.
Yeah, you took no accountability. Even though you reached out to the kid, you didn't take, that doesn't count.
I know.
What
Even though-
counts is you need to apologize to me because
I know.
I told everyone, and you need to admit to everyone that it's because of me that you reached out to the kid.
Forget that you actually spent 2 hours talking to the kid. Forget that shit. You know why? Because you didn't say sorry to me. So you didn't take accountability. He's so full of it. His fucking ass is so full of shit. He really is.
I actually tried to get a hold. I tried to get a time slot. We read the text message, every single message between you and the mom. We read them right on Drummer. Everybody, I'm so fucking angry. I'm so fucking angry.
You're angry because the story
And he's
is
smiling.
leaving. I know.
Well, he's oh my God.
I have been proven right once.
I want that
No,
body
you
language
haven't
guy.
been proven right.
I want this body language guy to do one on KEEMSTAR. That observe guy.
Oh yeah, that would be lovely. That would be awesome if he did. He did one on Gabbie. Yeah, he did one on GABBIE HANNA when the whole Escape the Nightmare video.
Yeah, let me let my cat
that was
out
fun.
real quick.
That was fun to watch. Oh, your cat.
You know how you could prove that you're not a piece of shit? By saying, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
No, she already talked. Okay, first off, she has nothing to prove to you. She actually doesn't have anything to prove to us. She talked to he doesn't know what words were said to her with her and the 10-year-old. You know, so it's like, stop. Okay, now you're making this more about you.
Yeah, because this
trying to tell
situation,
me,
it has nothing to do with him. I mean, if he really was about first of all, he still hasn't put the GoFundMe. So I never believe it's about the kid. But if it really is about call her out because she ghosted on this kid, the problem has been solved. So what else do you want?
Oh, Melissa says, my husband just walked in and said that guy looks like the guy that got kicked out of my fraternity. He probably did. Probably did. Reject. He's an L, not a W. I'm just kidding. But it's just he's say sorry to who? Like, she has no other than the person who she hurt. This is how he's not making any sense now, because you're trying to tell me that she had a conversation for over 2 hours with this child and an apology didn't come out of it. You're trying to tell me she didn't explain herself to why she couldn't talk to the child. Like, Keemstar has no idea what took place during the 2-hour conversation that she had with the kid. So for him to be like, well, no, she needs to apologize. Who the fuck does she need to apologize to, Keem? Because as far as I'm concerned, weren't you just preaching about the child? Well, she talked to the child, and you don't know if she apologized to the child. But why in the hell does she need to apologize to us for?
Yeah,
where's she apologizing to us for? He doesn't make any fucking sense. She's not going to apologize to you either. So shut up. The drama is over. She won. Like, I mean, you're just sitting on this. Like,
should have gotten on the phone with that terminally ill 10-year-old fan right away.
I wonder if he even knows the kid's name,
the mother,
what type of illness the kid has.
Right, and then the fact that he didn't even post her GoFundMe, all this was just to get at SniperWolf, but he didn't even bother posting her GoFundMe. I mean, if you really give a damn and cared, where's the GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Now I got.
Oh, the mother blocked me. It's the mother's fault, bro. You made a time on Christmas, and then
Here's my thing. She's already done talking and everything, and he's still he's just repeating.
He's talking
the same
about
thing.
past stuff that she got. They somehow got over it. Like, we don't care anymore. I don't even want to. I can't even listen. I can't even listen to this.
He's just like desperation at its finest.
I wish you could do 2 times speed on Twitter. I know it's a 2-minute video. I don't want to hear.
I know. Oh, wait, do you want to finish it, or do we can just move on?
Let's move on. Wait, go to the last 5 seconds. Let me hear his last 5 seconds.
To shit, you back it up by every fucking tweet. by every YouTube post, by you just blaming everyone
Okay,
except for yourself.
Okay.
Because you're a piece of shit.
And he's laughing. Do you see that
I know.
smile?
I know.
Yeah, whatever. Stupid. Oh, he is so gross. Okay.
And then he has a video for Def Noodles. But first, I have our last little segment. I have Def Noodles. I want to watch Def Noodles' video before I watched Keemstar's. So he's about Def Noodle. I
Okay.
paused exactly at the segment to where Def Noodles talks about Keem, and then this is Keemstar's response. So let's watch Def Noodles first. I love Def Noodles. Like Twitter,
Yeah, I
bring
like
back
him.
Def Noodles Twitter account. Like
agree.
I love him. Team Def Noodles.
You're gonna turn into a problem. So blame yourself. And speaking of blaming yourself, the biggest inbred dumb fuck in the history of the internet, Keemstar, is
I
at it again,
agree.
folks.
I am so disgusted and
Oh, yeah.
appalled and heated right now.
Whoa, wait a minute, Keemstar. Tell me why you got your diapers in a twist, please. We have to know.
All right, we're talking about SSSNIPERWOLF. She's been in this community for a long time. She used to be a Call of Duty YouTuber. We've known her for a decade. She's always been a piece of
Keep in mind, we're watching this over again because it's really, I want to hear what Def Noodles said for Keemstar to feel like he needed to respond on a Twitter post. So that's what we're really listening to. We're not listening to, like, it's more of what Def Noodles is saying.
shit.
Whoa, sounds like he really likes SSNIPERWOLF and would 100% present whatever he's about to say in the most honest way possible.
Adam 22 from the No Jumper podcast hit me up a couple days ago, about a week ago, saying, hey, can you get me in contact with SSSNIPERWOLF? There's this girl, she's 10 years old, she's dying of cancer. Her dream and her wish is to meet SSSNIPERWOLF.
Wow, that is actually great. I mean, I never even expected Keemstar to do something nice for someone. I mean, surely his first instinct.
And he's not even the one who connected.
Of course, I'm going to put you in touch with
He didn't
SSNIPERWOLF.
even
Let's
help.
make this happen, right?
Hold on.
That is exactly what he did, right? Do something nice for some.
10 years old, she's dying of cancer. Her dream and her wish is to meet SSSNIPERWOLF.
Wow, that is actually great. I mean, I never even expected Keemstar to do something nice for someone. I mean, surely his first instinct is to just say, yeah, of course, I'm going to put you in touch with SSNIPERWOLF. Let's make this happen, right? Surely that is exactly what he did, right?
But I told Adam 22 right now, Leah, a.k.a. Sexy Sniper, a.k.a. SSNIPERWOLF, is a piece of shit. Good luck with that.
So you're telling me that this motherfucker's first instinct, instead of saying, hey, yeah, let's try to figure out how to make this happen. You know, maybe she doesn't like me, but I know other people that she's good friends with that could maybe get in touch with her and make this happen. No, his first instinct is to say SSNIPERWOLF is a piece of shit. Good luck. Like, he literally removes himself from the situation.
From the situation.
And says something extremely negative about the person. Doesn't even give SSNIPERWOLF a chance to fucking respond. Anyway, turns out that SSNIPERWOLF ended up getting in contact with the mother of the 10-year-old cancer patient, and they had some form of miscommunication. Things just didn't work out. The mother felt like she was getting ghosted by SSNIPERWOLF. She ended up getting in touch with Adam again and getting in touch with Keemstar and sending Keemstar the
How did
text messages and
Keemstar
the DMs that she exchanged with
get
SSNIPERWOLF.
involved?
And then Keemstar, when he posted that video, he also made an entire thread going after SSNIPERWOLF. Now, folks, it should be said that Keemstar didn't just stop at the nearly 30
Dude, he probably
tweets
wanted
that
to
he made
date
about
her
the situation.
or F her.
And he also had somebody write an article about it on DramaAlert.com. He also
Yeah, dude,
made
this is
a
what
video that he
rejected
published
men
on his
do.
Drama Alert YouTube channel.
Adam 22 is in a group chat with a bunch of big YouTubers, and he's asking all of us how to get in contact with SSNIPERWOLF. And I warn Adam 22, I'm like, SSNIPERWOLF is a piece of poo.
Clearly,
He made
the
a
best
video?
thing that Keemstar could have done in this situation is to slander SSNIPERWOLF instead of trying to figure out a way to connect SSNIPERWOLF with
And
his child, right?
pause.
No question about it, folks. Keemstar was 100%.
I didn't even know he went through all of this hassle.
No, you didn't
And
see. I didn't want to play the
now
video, but he
GoFundMe.
did. Yeah. So he did a Drama Alert. No, like I knew he did a Drama Alert. He did a blog or whatever. He did a bunch of stuff, Except, yeah, you would think if he really cared about the child, post the GoFundMe. Do you think he doesn't care anything? It's all about getting to Sniper Wolf. That's all it is. Because once again, she's a female YouTuber with over 30 million subscribers, and he is a male YouTuber who's been, hustling and the #1 news, whatever. He's a T channel, and he gets paid, not paid, but he gets 5 million subscribers basically, or has not gets.
I don't know, this just might be a prejudice I have, but I feel like when a dude thinks he's a very prominent guy, it's very much like Piers Morgan, when Piers Morgan was attacking
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, and then we found out because she rejected him.
Yeah.
I just know, I noticed that pattern. Like, that's what I think. That's what I think is happening.
Right, like he didn't think, and Melissa has a good point. Well, Kat says gross. I felt so bad for that kid, and Melissa goes, and also, how does the kid feel to know that everyone's talking about how her idol goes to her now? It didn't help anything. True,
right,
true.
Melissa.
If he genuinely cared about this, he would have handled it privately, but then again, like there is the argument of, well,
you gotta make noise, but
in order,
Yeah, and I can buy that, but I didn't know to the extent he was going. And after the noise was made and goal was accomplished, he's still going. That tells me everything.
Yeah, it tells me it's more than that, because the kid already got, what he or she asked for, right? So what, I mean, it's a she, but still, like.
Right, Sniper Wolf would have never ended up doing any of this for the child, even though, spoiler alert, despite all the drama, Sniper Wolf ended up doing it. But at the end of the day, folks, we have to trust Keemstar's judgment. If there's one person who knows what a piece of shit person is, it's the biggest piece of shit person on the earth. And folks, in Keemstar's coverage of the DMs between Sniper Wolf and the mother, something really interesting happens. Let's see if you can catch it.
Let us know if today works. If not, tomorrow is good. But we can maybe set up a time. Sniper Wolf responds, hello, I kind of like 2 hours if that works.
Sniper Wolf reacts
by saying, hi, please don't post messages. I don't usually do this, and I don't want other people to spam me to video message. Thanks.
Wow. Did you catch that?
Ew, whatever.
If you said that Keemstar took the DMs out of order just so he could make Sniper Wolf look like a bigger piece of shit than what he was trying to sell his audience, you are correct, because he starts off his video reading DMs from Sunday, and we know this because the DMs say yesterday, and the story broke Monday night, and then he quickly switches over to DMs from Saturday, and then says that Sniper Wolf rejected the mother later on in the conversation. Yeah, this guy keeps living up to his reputation of being the biggest serial liar in the history of YouTube. Oh, and it should be noted, folks, as we've said, Keemstar made numerous posts about the situation on Twitter. He had somebody write an article about it on his Drama Alert shit site. He also made an entire video about it, which is monetized, by the way, and not once does he share, mention, or even talk about the GoFundMe for this 10-year-old cancer patient that he is.
We don't even know what type of cancer it is.
Not once does he share a link. Not once does he mention it. He never even talks about it. You won't find it in the description of his latest video covering the situation, and not even in the pinned comment where he says this.
I never asked you guys to share my videos, but this story is important, and I want everybody to know it.
So it's very important for you.
I thought the stand-up citizen was fighting the good fight.
That's why Keemstar's mad, because Def Noodles got him.
So much about, and yet nowhere does he mention the GoFundMe for this little girl, for this 10-year-old cancer patient. In fact, this motherfucker is profiting off of this story twofold on his fucking website and on his fucking Drama Alert video. Let that sink in, folks. This demon motherfucker is going in on Sniper Wolf.
Yeah, not even the proceeds are going to the kid.
To a 10-year-old cancer patient. On the other hand, he is profiting off of the 10-year-old cancer patient's pain. By the way, here's a screen cap of the GoFundMe. That motherfucker didn't share it. I want to invite all of you to donate to that GoFundMe. I have placed links in my description. I have placed a link in the pinned comment. I'm also going to try to make this video a fundraiser.
Wow, that's why Keemstar is really mad.
Why? Because he did what Keemstar was supposed to do.
The money will just go to YouTube. I I'm not
Keemstar
going to
shouldn't be
assume.
mad.
Anyway,
Like,
SSNIPERWOLF ended up responding in a series of tweets with fans and even KEEMSTAR. However, she put out this statement on YouTube.
Hello, friends. There seems to be a huge misunderstanding going around. I have a big fan who was terminated.
Yeah, that's why he's pissed and came out with it, because Dennis made Keemstar look like shit. Like he goes,
Mhm.
he goes, I'm gonna try to make this video a fundraiser. I'm going to try to I'm gonna post the GoFundMe page. And yeah, like, and even at the end of this video, I'll post a link to Kiara's GoFundMe page too. Yeah, he's just basically, he made Keemstar look like shit, and that's why. Because I wanted to know specifically what Dennis said in order for Keemstar to make a video. So
it's so weird because Keemstar, he reminds me of Perez, where you're just not a good person. Like you're just you didn't think of that because you're not a good person. I don't know what would happen if he just actually accepted that about himself, because I feel like he thinks he has, so he thinks he's leaning into it, but it feels like he still gets triggered when he feels like somebody one-ups him.
Right, he does, and it happens all the time. He has this pattern, and like, that's what I'm trying to say. He always likes to go or come for people that, like, he's jealous of Dennis, because Dennis, did you know that when Keemstar he's retiring in March, and Dennis was a person of interest that he wanted to run Drama Alert. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I know things escalated with their beef when Dennis got banned from Twitter. And I think he was really, in my opinion, he was upset with Keemstar because he knew Keemstar had the power for some reason to talk to someone from Twitter to get his channel back on, or not his channel, but his Twitter. And I can understand why Dennis would feel that way, or Def Noodles, only because Keemstar in the past has helped, like, the commentary bros, one of them get their channel back from YouTube. Like, he's had this pattern. I know he's helped one other person too. I don't know off the top of my head, but he does have a pattern of helping out, or a history of helping out people get their channel or their Twitters back. So I think the fact that he didn't raise his hand for Def Noodles, I think that's what was really triggering Def Noodles. And also Def Noodles believes that Keemstar had something to do with getting his Twitter banned. To me, like I said, I always think it was Addison Rae's team, and it was I think it was Addison Rae's team, because I think the social media platforms, they have a huge pattern of just sucking up to the people who bring them money, and Addison Rae is one of those people.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't see the connection with Addison Rae. I do
Because it was about. No, here's the thing though. It was around the time when Addison Rae, her Netflix movie didn't come out just yet, but she had finished filming it, and we knew there was a movie coming out on Netflix. It sucked. I did a review on it and everything. It sucked. But what I'm saying, and she got a Netflix contract after that. But my whole point is, things were happening for Addison Rae, and her team was really trying to cover up any horrible things about her at the time. It was very popular because I knew she wouldn't even go on. She wouldn't do something. I think it was with Logan Paul. I don't know. It was with one of the YouTubers. She opted out of doing it only because they had said one mean comment about her. I'm telling you. I think it had something to do with Addison Rae, because these people, TikTok, even they cater to the people who make the money for them. You know, they cater that. Why do you think? I mean, I think they blocked Perez Hilton because of Charli D'Amelio, because she asked. I don't think it was a damn, the
definitely not the change.org.
Yeah, I don't think it was any of that. I don't think, honestly, even though Perez Hilton had no business commenting on a 15-year-old in a bathing suit, I don't think that was the reason either. I truly believe it was because of the D'Amelios. These social media platforms, they're catering to people who bring them money. And I truly believe it was Addison Rae. I don't think it was Keemstar. That's my opinion. But even Def Noodles says that it's possible could have been Addison Rae. I think at one point he said it. I've always felt, I've always felt that it was Addison Rae because it was the timing. Now, if you look at it now, it clearly looks like, oh, Keemstar had something to do with it. But I truly believe at the time when everything was happening for Addison, not that it's not happening now, but I'm just saying, like, there was just so many good like deals talking about on headlines and news about her being in this, being in that, going on this launch, or, you know, being in this magazine. I just felt like her team was basically trying to erase like all the negative things people were saying about her, and Def Noodles was, and they saw that Def Noodles is a YouTuber growing and his engagement is higher. That's another thing. I think Keemstar is upset with Def Noodles because, or jealous because Def Noodles, even though Keemstar has 5 million subscribers, Def Noodles has a higher engagement than Keemstar does, than Drama Alert does. His engagement on YouTube is higher, and that speaks volumes. And yeah, I'm pretty certain. I wonder if I went on Social Blade. I'm kind of like curious to go on Social Blade to see like how much each channel gets paid per month. Per month. No, only because I bet you. I don't want to say I bet you and be wrong, but I just feel like he's jealous of the engagement, and I feel like Def Noodles probably gets paid more, even though Keemstar has 5 million subscribers. My opinion. Yeah, that's how I feel.
For being a liar. I wonder who she's talking about.
People are saying I horribly ignored this, which is absolutely not what happened. I have also spoken to the child privately now as well. I did everything I could to get in contact again, and I sent her a video.
Everything else is just noise. Now, knowing that SSNIPERWOLF got in touch with the little girl, I wonder how dumb fuck Keemstar continued covering the situation.
SSNIPERWOLF has enough time to defend herself, but not time to call.
You said that.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
The fucking statement that
you said that.
You idiot.
If he would have fucking realized that she had already talked to
Yeah.
the 10-year-old girl. But folks, that doesn't fit his fucking narrative.
Right.
He's got to keep it pumping. Keemstar needs to make those big bucks off of a cancer patient.
I know.
SSNIPERWOLF later shared the same statement she shared on her YouTube, on her Twitter, and she attached images showing that she was DMing with the girl, and she added,
"Too bad Keemstar was too much of a piece of shit to contact her mom and ask for an update before twisting the story. Didn't even have the decency to post her GoFundMe in his video or mention Kiara by name."
Oh, so giving Keemstar too much credit here. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. He's literally the kind of person who would probably kill his own mother just so he could make a YouTube video and make money off of it. Anyway, even though the situation is over,
he would join the Illuminati if he got offered.
From her favorite YouTuber. I wonder how piece of shit dumb fuck Keemstar is going to continue this thing, because at the end of the day, folks, there's no reason for him to exist on the internet unless he keeps this shit going.
Only reason SSNIPERWOLF sent the video 72 hours late was because Keemstar told Twitter,
"Hey, you dumb fuck, why the fuck are you tagging yourself?"
I think Melissa, didn't you say that?
Yeah,
you tagged yourself?
Okay, Def Noodles is going in. Okay.
I know. He's good.
Her ghosting the terminally ill fan, SSNIPERWOLF hasn't taken any accountability at all for her actions. She is sniping narratives like she's innocent. We won't forget this.
Taking accountability. The most important thing here was for the girl to get the fucking message, not for SSNIPERWOLF to apologize.
Right.
Who the fuck made him the moral arbiter of the fucking internet? This cesspool of a fucking human being who just keeps going and won't shut the fuck up about it.
Dear SSNIPERWOLF, I've told the entire community that you're a piece of shit.
You gotta hand it to Keemstar, always coming through with the self-reports. He is just an expert at slandering people, whether in front of the scenes or behind the scenes.
And
You've always been a self-centered, no accountability.
I wish somebody will share, if anybody even knows, what did she do to make him say that? I wish somebody will just make a compilation of, you know, what he is out there. Because I don't know, his brain, I guess his brain doesn't go there, but a smart person will hear you say, you starting a story saying this person is and we're wondering what made them all of those things. You keep saying I've known her for 10 years. So what happened?
I know, right? Like, I find it hard to believe. I wonder if he ever hit on her, you know? But I feel like that's something she'd probably just be like, he hit on. I feel like she'd say something.
You think
like
she
that,
would
you
tell?
know? Oh, yeah, because I've seen, listen,
I don't know her personality.
I know about SSNIPERWOLF only because my 12-year-old brother giggles like crazy. I'm talking about the hardcore holding, like, can't breathe, laugh, giggles, like hardcore, like dying. And I'm like, Jace, what are you watching? Sniper Wolf? I'm like, what? Like, she's not even that. Anyways, my whole point is she's gotten her channel banned before. She's gotten, because she's made fun of so many people. Like, she said, like, she's not innocent either. I'll be very clear with that. She isn't. And I actually,
so this persona of the kid-friendly, haha, funny. This is
no. It's real. Like, she's like that in her videos. Like, she will make fun of, her videos consist of reacting to people, but she makes fun of people. She makes fun of people, so she's real.
She reacted to the wrong person a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember there was a beef with her and Gabbie DiMartino for the longest, I remember. But that was like, I guess, way back. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah,
I remember
the petty part of me. Yeah. Like, the only reason why I know of that beef is because I had, like, when Gabbie DiMartino had her scandal last year, literally around this time, I was like, looking into Gabbie DiMartino, and that came up with her and Sniper Wolf. But I was gonna say, yeah, the petty part of me. I was like, I called up my brother and I was like, guess your favorite YouTubers in some drama. Because I'm not even gonna lie, I always told my brother I can't wait until Sniper Wolf gets into some shit again. Because only because this is like the things I say in my home. I like publicly, do use Sniper Wolf, but in my home I was just like, listen, I'm tired of my brother laughing, like he's like laughing freaking hysterically, so loud, laughing over Sniper Wolf. Like, I'm like, what the heck? Even then, when they had, during 2020 pandemic, he was doing school at home, he would sit and watch Sniper Wolf laughing hysterically, and I'd always be like, I can't wait until she got into some shit. This was at home though. But yeah, so it was funny when I was able to be like, Jace, guess what? Sniper Wolf's in trouble. But yeah, okay. Not important. But okay, let's just finish. I want to see if Def Noodles says anything else.
Bitch scumbag. You know, the irony of KEEMSTAR saying this is that he is literally watching himself on his phone screen as he's recording this video, which
I know, and laughing.
His own reflection.
You know what? I told everybody, this is who you are, and you proved it because you took no accountability for ghosting this fan. Absolutely none.
At this point, the situation has been resolved. We've already seen that Sniper Wolf has not only sent a video message to the little girl, she's been in contact and messaging the little girl, which is the most important thing in this whole situation. We can agree on that, right?
Yeah, right.
The girl got what she needed.
Right.
That's the important thing. But not only that, folks, Sniper Wolf also donated $5,000.
Oh, people leaving that part out.
I know.
That's crucial. What other accountability is needed?
Right.
Damn. She went above and beyond.
You idiot. What I'm so glad Dennis put him in his place. Once again, Dennis does a really good job at, doing the research, or maybe he doesn't. I have a feeling he has at least like a person helping him out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no way he's uploading this amount. And
Girl, you gotta have a team.
Yeah. But still, I think it's pretty awesome that Dennis is the one. That's why Keem's mad. That's why because I wanted to hear his rant about Def Noodles, but I was like, I need to listen to what
you need to hear Def Noodles first.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're listening to this.
Being proven right or wrong in this situation. This was about a little girl getting the video message from her favorite YouTuber before she passed away. Who the fuck gives a fuck if you are right? Get a fucking life, you fucking weasel.
Not once, anywhere, on social media, on your Twitter, on your YouTube channel, on your Instagram, anywhere, have you said sorry? Not once!
I'm going to go out on a limb here, folks. And
sounds like an idiot.
Baby, no. Mm-mm. Once somebody be like that, no, I'm just talking. I'm just, That's like Onision. That's like, I can't know. Like, I will never be in this man's presence. I will. No. Okay, you can push play.
donate $5,000 himself before he opens up his fucking mouth again.
When I say to the fucking community that you're a piece of shit, you back it up by every fucking tweet, by every YouTube post.
Pardon the interruption, folks. It sounds like we got somebody who wants to send the KEEMSTAR a very important message, so let's cut to that.
Shut up, bitch!
Anyway, folks, moving on from a baby to a person who's trying to have a baby.
Oh God, I can't. We're done. I'm not watching. Now I just want to see Keemstar's video.
That was good, Def. That was good.
I love Def Noodles, and he's cute. So.
You know, everyone that's in this community knows that Def Noodles is a bitch. I mean, we're talking about a straight up.
He's doing the same strategy. This is what I've noticed about narcissists. I noticed that whenever they're losing, they just keep using the same strategy that didn't work the last time. It's very, I don't know. It's like a baby. It's like when you play peekaboo with a baby and the baby thinks you literally disappeared because their brain just isn't there. That's how I feel about these
comparing Keemstar to a baby. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I worked with a narcissist for 4 years. So whenever I see these tendencies, you're now in that box. And I'm like, yeah, I know this. I know this game. I know this. Like people thinking thinking, oh, people just think I'm a baby and I'm crying, but you know what you're doing, I guess like I know these little narcissist games. Yeah, it's very comparable to how babies are. It's very weird, but anyway, just right off the bat, we all know Def Noodles is a B. Like that's the same. You tried that already. You don't remember how yesterday it didn't work with Sniper Wolf? Okay.
I know, and he's just doing the same thing. He's trying. This video seems like a desperate attempt to be like, hey, now I have to, make him look bad too.
In the fucking corner and goes out and tries to attack back and tries to slander and make up shit. Bro, he got so mad that I called him out for getting a story wrong on James Charles. He's been attacked.
Now this is another game that they do.
What really got him pissed
pause it. That's another game that they do. They know they lost, so they try to bring up something completely irrelevant.
I know, like, first off, no one cares what Keem's talking about, but two, Keemstar, weren't you the person who actually reached out to Dennis because you saw he had huge potential in hosting Drama Alert and he turned your ass down? So
another rejection story.
Right. So clearly, no matter what Keemstar says in this video, let it be known that there was a time where Keemstar saw huge potential in Dennis, where he thought Dennis could actually host Drama Alert when he retires. That's how we knew. That's how I learned that Keemstar was retiring before he even announced it. It's because Dennis is the one who was like, look, he wanted me to host Drama Alert. And I was like, oh shit, so he's not going to host it? And then he recently came out and said he was retiring. But a few months before that, we already knew because Def Noodles said he rejected your behind. So, he just seems like so desperate.
But he wasn't funny. That fucking hit this little bitch at the fucking core. I have been watching for months Def Noodles spurg out and talk shit about me on his channel, and it's fucking hilarious. Like, as a troll, this is the greatest reaction anyone could hope for. He's gotten so pathetic that recently, the Sniper Wolf thing that's going on where she goes to the terminally ill 10-year-old, all right? Well, I cover that story. This motherfucker goes, if Keemstar was so worried about the cancer patient, why didn't he connect Sniper Wolf with the mom? Now, anyone that knows this story knows that the mom and Sniper Wolf were already in contact.
Well, you didn't tell us that, Keemstar. You're the one who's telling us the story.
And then I found out about the story, all right? I didn't say this.
Well, you didn't say it either.
No, he didn't. He didn't know. He just covering, backtracking. No, he's not. No, he's not.
One thing I learned in my 14 years years of being a YouTuber, if you're gonna lie to your audience,
You haven't learned a damn thing.
Eventually, you're done. Even though you have the
you wish
the
you like you
of
really
Karen
wish
Sheep army over there.
I know.
They're gonna eventually figure out
really
that you've
wish.
been lying and fucking with them and making up shit.
Yeah,
and
that's
they're
what
gonna
people are
unsub.
finding out
They're
about
not gonna
you.
support you. And this whole idea that you have, this vision that you had of, I'm gonna just talk shit about Keemstar and I'm gonna ruin his career. Everyone has tried and no one has succeeded. You want to know why? As long as I have access to a Twitter, as long as I have access to an Instagram, a YouTube, any place, I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna
okay, so let other people talk shit too. Damn.
Right. Like,
what's the problem then?
Right now, he's
you let other than people can talk shit back. This man is something else.
Or react and let everyone know that their pussy has sand in it, like you.
Okay.
So like, yeah,
everybody
Keemstar,
clapped.
you did it. You told him. You
Whoa.
told Dennis. Oh my gosh. So, another thing. This was 8 hours ago. One more thing. Finally, a logical news channel. Thank you. Yeah, she probably responded to Def Noodles. Yup.
It's probably her comment. Ha 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 ha. She posted this on his channel. Both liars caught in 4K. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like Melissa Brown, want to know why? Because Keem will do it himself. A projection. Lillian goes, we all know he has been watching Def. Laugh out loud, right? He should sit on the floor. Cat goes, he should sit on the floor. Trisha Paytas style. Sit on that floor. Oh, and buy a fridge for,
I know, yeah, have the fridge well, he is filming in his kitchen, walking around.
Yeah, true. There was a fridge, so he just has to sit on the ground, basically. Oh my goodness, yeah, like. So to top it off, Gabbie Hanna can never take accountability for anything. I don't understand why. I don't even know what that cancel culture show was about. That needs to be just be
fire. Whoever wrote that script, fire them.
A redo, a definite redo on that. Meagan Good, we talked about her, and you know,
we're gonna talk more about these people who get married, write books, and then divorce themselves. We're gonna talk more about.
We talked about Udoka and I. We talked about how we wanted to have like a whole podcast on that. You know, just because I feel like the moment because I recently just watched Smokey Glow's video on Rachel Hollis, and I feel because she was like. I watched it like at 7 this morning, and she was like, "I'm not going to talk about people and their divorce because it's not my business." And to me, I was like,
"But it's our business. Once you put pen to paper, publish, and beg us to buy, we all in that business."
I know, and you monetize off of us, and you're like having these conferences where they made millions of dollars of people buying. They had a marriage.
They had a marriage retreat.
I know, a marriage conference. Yes. And then they got divorced 2 years later. So, you know, yes, we should have opinions. But, you know, I like Smokey Glow, but I was like, I was not feeling that. I was like, no. But yeah, so Meagan Good we talked about, and yeah, this whole Keemstar SSNIPERWOLF drama. Yeah, let us know if you guys want us to talk about if there's like a specific topic you would like us to dive into, you know. But Udoka, do you have any more last comments before we end this live?
Geez. That Keemstar, I didn't know about all that.
Wait, hold on. Melissa said, don't forget that they first charge people for marriage advice.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Unlicensed, no qualification. And they charge for marriage advice that doesn't work. Yes, I need to know why the hell you got divorced.
Jenna Kramer's another one. And I was just watching One Tree Hill today too. Like, I was a bum today. I just watched YouTube. And like, I worked, but I watched YouTube. And Jenna Kramer's another one. She went on this book tour.
Let's make a list.
And Glenn Doyle, she was another one. I saw her on
Doyle.
she was on Demi Lovato's podcast. I've never heard of her too until Demi Lovato had her as a guest. But she was another one who she was on a book tour. She was on a book tour of how her marriage was saved after her husband cheated on her and met her wife. So she was like married to a guy. Now she's married to a female.
And
so, yeah.
and then she divorced. Wait, so where did she wrote the advice about being married to a guy or advice married to a woman?
No, she was on a book tour on how she saved her marriage with her husband after her husband cheated on her. But on the book tour, she met her wife.
That's crazy. Now, yeah, we gotta talk about that one. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And once again, the focus here is monetizing off of shit people have no business monetizing off of. Like, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, you're not a counselor, you're not a therapist, you're just a person who's selling this advice when it doesn't work. Clearly. So, yeah. But
okay.
Now I want this live to get to 3 hours. It's like 2 hours 57
2 minutes.
2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes.
This has reminded me why I stay away from anything that's literally after. I don't know what was the first thing I saw about Keemstar. I think it was that YouTuber who unalived himself and Keemstar talked to him. But there was something that made me like, if it has Keemstar there, I need to not click. So I didn't even know about all this. So this was a great reminder to continue to stay away from anything Keemstar. That's crazy.
Yeah, I do. Like, and I keep saying I have a video like on my channel about Keemstar. Every time I like try to do a video about Keemstar, there's always more to like to add. And I think Keemstar is a huge big phony. Because when you listen to his podcast, he sounds more of like a human being than he does in his videos. He does. He sounds like a caring human being. I know that sounds weird saying it from Keemstar, but I mean, talking about him, but I don't know.
He sounds like a regular person. All of these people who annoy you, like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, these when they're not on camera, they seem like regular people.
Where do those names come from? Because I just got, oh my god.
You just know how it makes you feel. You don't even remember who exactly they are.
No. I mean, they're like, why did you specifically list those people? Like
because they're the same. They're the same as Keemstar. They're the same. They're the same. They do things that they know people. They're cute. Just like how I describe Perez Hilton, he's just Keemstar. That's all.
Melissa goes, don't even with Candace Owens. That's what I'm saying. I heard other creators say that Keem is much different behind the scenes. Yeah, I know. Like, I had talked to a creator on Discord, and this was like 2 weeks ago. And we were talking about, or maybe it was last week. I don't know. I get everything mixed up, but it was whenever Ethan Klein was, it was the night before Ethan Klein got banned from YouTube. And then they obviously reversed it. But I remember talking to someone who's like close or had conversations with Keemstar and was like, no, Keem is totally different. You know, he's actually really a nice man and blah, blah. I'm like, bullshit. And I'm like, no, man, like Keem is really awesome and cool, man. I'm like, okay, whatever. But either way, no, I mean, I still said like, I don't know. We'll see. I just think that he's desperate. He's turning 40, which is not I'm turning 30. And I feel like he just grow up. You don't have to do this it's really sad that he feels like he needs to do this in order to
feel whatever I don't know.
Not even, he just needs to do this in order to be relevant. That's
or
basically.
It makes him feel important. I don't know if this is what makes him feel important or useful or.
All right. Here's the thing though. Who cares what someone's like behind the scenes if they cause this much crap publicly? Does it matter what they're really like? It probably is the same.
Yeah.
I don't know because
And how can you trust them if they can throw you under the bus publicly anytime?
Well, I don't know, because I feel like there's a lot of things that Keemstar probably says behind the scenes that we don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to defend him, but I am saying, like, I don't know. I just, I'm speechless. So,
I mean, whatever that is, he doesn't want us to know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, because the thing is okay, so I've been doing this thing where I've been like networking with, a lot of YouTubers because, I want to like speak to them as my colleagues, approach them as that, you know what I mean? And some people like me, some people don't. I've talked to people who said, I was going to make a video on you when you said this. And I've also talked to people who are like, oh my gosh, like, I really love your channel or whatever, And like, I've really networked. And there's some YouTubers who I've talked to who I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, I'm having a conversation. I'm like all freaking out in my head. I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking to this person. I can't believe it, blah, blah, blah. And you start to really, and the thing is, like, it doesn't matter how small your channel is, how big your channel is, because the channel is just numbers. It's all about like the networking and stuff. And I've realized from talking to like some people, some YouTubers, that not everything is as it seems. And it's funny because when you hear someone behind the scenes, they're so freaking different. And when you hear someone, having experiences with Keemstar or whatever, you're like, oh, okay, so he's really not this shitty person. And like, the thing is, I get what you're saying, Melissa, that it doesn't matter if you do all this publicly, but it kind of makes me feel sorry for him. Like, it makes me feel sorry for the fact that he feels like he needs to do this to stay relevant, if that makes sense, Like, it just, so yeah. Cat goes, if I saw him, I would keep walking. Oh, same. If I saw him, I would never in a million years. He's not a person I have ever looked up to. Now, I've made the statement of, I think it's admirable that, he was able to start a business and, set out to do what he said he was going to do. Like, I think that's great. But, I can list positive things about the people who I dislike the most, So that's not saying much, but I also think he needs, I don't know. And then who knows? I mean, he said he's going to be gone in March. We'll see. But the thing is that he's always going to be relevant on YouTube only because he's just going to make more Twitter rants. And then the T channels, drama channels, commentary channels are just going to talk about it. And that's how Keemstar is always going to be, like, on YouTube, pretty much. So, Lillian goes, I would turn around. So, yeah. Yeah. Any last comments? Oh my gosh, when are we going to do our next live? This was so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, it was so much fun. Like, I don't even feel like, it doesn't even feel like 3 hours. It was so much fun. So, but
I have to check my schedule. What we can do next with some.
Yes, but we'll check. But thank you guys for tuning in and watching us on our first episode of that 5%. We're still learning. But this was so much fun.
Man, I can't wait to have a soundboard. We'll be pressing
I know.
all day.
Okay, so currently we're trying to figure out Streamlabs. So in the meantime, we're doing StreamYard because Streamlabs is where we want to be at, but it's freaking complicated. It's not like a one-day thing, so working on that. But Cat goes, it didn't feel like 3 hours. I just watched that. It was good. Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
We're also gonna figure out how to do highlights. So if you're just tuning in, you can still catch parts of it. And
so after this video, we're gonna do like highlights to like take clips from the video because these lives are long, and I feel like no one, like, I don't even watch who's a long live, Ethan Klein. Like, sometimes his lives be like 4 hours. 4 hours. And I'm like, I can't watch this. Okay, unless, you know what? One time I was driving to Boston and I listened to the whole thing. But
oh yeah, I can do that on a road trip.
Yeah. So that happened. I did that, but all right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I feel weird ending the end broadcast button. That's what I'm about to do. End broadcast.
Right.
All right. Bye, guys.